What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another Forward Progress Live watch along right here, part of the Hammer Betting Network and presented by Pinnacle Sportsbook. It's the final game of the wild card round. Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. We got about 14 minutes or so until kickoff here. Lots of stuff to talk about on the stream today. I'm going to be joined by G-Stack George, aka No Stack George, in the first half here. Do a little bit of a therapy session because our teams fucking stink. Cowboys and Dolphins. We'll talk about that. Second half, I'm joined by Eric Eager in attendance for the Lions' first playoff win in 30 years yesterday. He'll talk about that. Also, apparently he didn't get a call from Kanish when he was in town. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. Maybe the rivalry between Forward Progress and Hit the Books has reached an all-time level. Now that Forward Progress has more subs than Hit the Books. Thank you very much, people, for getting us there. If you're not subbed here on Forward Progress, make sure you hit that sub button below. Of course, smash the like as well. What are we at right now for likes? 38. An absolute travesty and a joke to start the stream. Smash that like button down below. Talk a little bit about the Bills game over the course of the day. Bills deserving winners, led wire to wire. That fourth quarter, though, some very questionable officiating, if I may say so myself. Fourth quarter tonight, it's Hitman joining me. I don't know how this guy keeps losing his best bets. I think there's some overlap between what I've bet today and what Hitman has bet today, but we will get to it. You look cold, Rob. Bad hair day. It's actually a combo of both. It's freezing here in Toronto. Very similar to the Bills weather today. It's a little bit cold. My wife controls the thermometer in the house, the thermostat. Sometimes you just gotta let, I don't really care all that much about the temperature. I'll let her have her way. She likes it a little bit cold. I'm wearing the hat. But I also fell asleep watching the Bills game for a few quarters. Hair's all over the place, the little hair that I have left. So it's a little bit of a combo of both. For this game tonight, be fully transparent with the audience, as I always am. Sometimes I come on these streams and I rip like a million bets before the games. This is one of those games where I thought that I was going to have a lot of action. Why do I say that? Well, because A.J. Brown is out. And people are going to decipher the situation a little bit differently for Philadelphia. Obviously, behind A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who's pretty beat up. Then Julio Jones, Olamide Zaccheaus, friend of the program. Quez Watkins, Britton Covey. But I actually think a lot of this market is priced correctly now. Even the touchdown market, there's just not a ton of value here tonight. So I will give a few bets, but it's not going to be one of these streams where we're rooting for a million different things. I think there's very, very few small remaining edges to be had, unfortunately. First and foremost, if you still have access to a Tampa Bay +3, Pinnacle Sportsbook -110, a few other sportsbooks in market, I do like that. The big issue for me here, I mean, we're focused on A.J. Brown, and that's huge. I don't want to understate his absence. Game-changing player. Reed Blankenship is out at safety. His backup, Sidney Brown, is also out at safety. Remember, Justin Evans is on IR. This is already a bad secondary, and now we're taking away some playmakers in the secondary as well for Philadelphia. Whereas the Tampa Bay Bucs come in here completely healthy for this game. My expectation, watching Jalen Hurts here in warm-up, wearing two gloves, looks like Teddy Bridgewater out there. Teddy two gloves. Jalen Hurts with the two gloves. Throwing finger, an issue. You go back to the game that they played in September. The Eagles ran the ball 40 times on the Tampa Bay Bucs for 201 yards. DeAndre Swift had 16 carries. Kenneth Gainwell had 14 carries. That's why the Gainwell props are being bet up through the roof so far today. I think we're going to see a similar game plan. I don't think Philly is going to throw the ball a lot in this game. I think they're going to try to ETR establish the run. I really believe that. Even with Jalen Hurts and the injured finger, I still think he's going to be running the ball as much as he can. But that's my expectation. Because they just don't have the guys that are going to win one-on-one. Julio Jones, shell of his former self. Olamide Zaccheaus, Quez Watkins, these are not guys that are going to win one-on-one too often. So I think that's going to be the case for the Eagles. You saw some under money this week. I think that's part of the reason why. And also, obviously, you have the Baker Mayfield injury as well, and we don't know. We don't know what his status is going to be. or at least how he's going to perform with the rib and ankle injuries. Thanks to everyone tuning in here. I see Eric Chernoff is back, long lost cousin of Adam Chernoff. A lot of the usual suspects and some new names as well. Robert McMahon. I don't know if I've seen you before, but thanks for joining. Mike Montesano, Dylan, Devs, Jamil, Free 88, Revolute Me, Scott, Jonathan. Glad to see you guys are back. I see all the questions that are being asked, especially about KC Buffalo. I'll get to a lot of this over the course of the stream, but some quick bets here now that we got 7 minutes to game time. I think just based off the way that both of these guys are priced, and when I say both of these guys, I'm going to say Julio Jones and Quez Watkins. I want to play both of them under 1.5 receptions at plus money numbers. And I want to do this for $50 on both. Julio Jones under 1.5, Quez Watkins under 1.5, both priced at pretty decent unders at plus money here. Widely available numbers in the market, at least you can get plus 135 or better on both, but line shop, you get 145, 150. I don't expect both to have games where they're targeted heavily. If anything, I think one or the other might get some targets, but for both of these guys, with where they're at now in their careers, I think that's worth a shot. To me, both those guys should be priced much, much lower than that. Ordinarily, I would play Devontae Smith over on receptions. I'm not going to do that because of the injury going into the game. But if you think he's going to play the full game, I think 5.5 at like minus 105 is a little bit low. Same deal with Baker Mayfield. If this was a regular game, I think his passing yardage number is too low. You might be more confident in Baker Mayfield being closer to 100% than I am. 231.5 for Baker. I think that's a little bit low, but can't play it. Don't want to play it. And there's a few off-market prices there. What else? Jalen Hurts in the passing game. I think I have to bet this. 228.5 passing yards. 229.5 best price in market, widely available. I think I got to go under here for $50 as well. Again, this is just based off of I think we're going to see a lot of running from the Philadelphia Eagles. You didn't miss much, Goodman. There's not much going there so far. In terms of touchdown market, I said this off the top, people. This is like the hardest game I've seen in a long time to find some sort of valuable position. I think everything's kind of gotten bet into place. Let's start with first touchdown. I'm going to play only one player. First touchdown. I actually don't want it to happen because I'm rooting for the Bucs tonight. But DeAndre Swift, to me, right now in the 12-1 range, is a little bit off. That's a small edge, something like between 1% and 2%. I think his fair price is closer. We got 11-1 DK right now. Let's go ahead and lock that in. I think his fair price is closer to like plus 975 or so. And we're going to do this very small for $10. DeAndre Swift will be the only first touchdown scorer. I think there's a little bit more of a chance that Swift gets carries down near the goal line with the status of Jalen Hurts. But even if he doesn't, I still think this is the most mispriced. If we're going to go for anytime touchdown, we can find some anytime touchdowns here that are valuable and might be worth a long shot bet as well. Let's go with David Moore in the anytime touchdown market. David Moore. You might not even know who David Moore is. He's the fourth wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucks. We're going to go $10. David Moore, anytime touchdown. But with the issues in the secondary, especially at safety, I think we see some deep shots here. We can also go third receiver here. It's got to be 6-1 or better. But Trey Palmer as well, same type of situation. Think you might see some shots. They don't get crazy looks. But we do got 6-1s widely available here as well. So we'll go Trey Palmer and we'll go a little bit more on this, $15. So we're spending $25 on the third and fourth and fourth receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucs to score a touchdown against a beat up secondary and one that's not very good in the first place. That's likely going to be it. The only other person I considered was Baker, but he's just not quite in the right price for me to play him right now. Let's do a quick review here, Jason, of what we got before the game. Ric Flair in attendance. This guy looks like a tomato right now. I don't know how this, fingers crossed. Hope this guy lives till he's like 200 years old because Ric Flair's a legend. But wow, he's gone through a lot in life. Trey Palmer, David Moore, anytime touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, first TD. Jalen Hurts, under on passing yards. Julio Jones, Quez Watkins, under 1.5 receptions each. Keeping the bet small tonight. It hasn't been a good week for props here on Forward Progress, at least for myself, for the live watch-alongs. Normally, I don't let that affect me at all, and I'm not going to let that affect me tonight, as I'm not looking to make it all back in one shot. Flair looks like he's hammered on the pirate ship. Makes me want to bet more on the Bucs. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Finally, a Pinnacle special. Couple Pinnacle specials, I guess. But if you have access to Pinnacle, which you should by now, use code HAMMER if signing up in Canada. They have a really good price on Jalen Hurts not to score a touchdown. Jalen Hurts no TD at plus 113. That's not terrible. That's not a terrible play. Small edge, about 0.5%, but considering you can bet more on props there than you can in most spots, I mean, I have that at a 1.1% edge. So again, not going to lock it in. It's not widely available for everyone out there because most of these sports books don't even want to offer. It's just moving in real time here, Jason, the plus 113. And that's going to be it for now. Maybe more later in real time. Please bring Penny to America. I tell him all the time, RW fan. I tell him all the time.
Jamil saying it was down to 103, which is even better now. But just quickly before we discuss anything further, BetStamp had the 11-1 DeAndre Swift. It was 12-1 on DK, so I think it might have flicked back up at the time. I was watching it as we were doing it live, so hopefully some people got some 12-1s there. And then also, I just have a question just before we get into the game. Have you seen the Iron Claw? You mentioned Ric Flair and
the TV show.
No, it's a movie.
Movie. No, I don't think one second. I might have seen Iron Claw. I just have to no, I haven't seen it. I have not seen Iron Claw because it came out this year.
Add it to the list. It's okay.
Anyone in the chat. Listen, I don't want to disrespect you right now, Jason, but it takes more than one random person telling me to watch something before I'm going to spend 2 hours and 21 minutes watching something. I need people in the chat to tell me it's worthwhile. Consensus opinion here. The
only reason why is because it's a wrestling theme movie. Drew Frustenberger said it's about the Von Erichs.
I know the Von Erichs. Yeah.
So it's a biopic on them. If I said that correctly, biopic.
That's actually incorrect. I'll tell you right now. Just going to give you a little life lesson here. I used to say biopic as well. It's actually just biopic.
Oh fuck!
It's a bio picture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Biographical motion picture. I used to say biopic as well. I've heard it. It's technically incorrect.
Yeah.
I got put in my place. And I'll tell you this is a real story. I wagered money on this before with someone else and was put in my place. So for those out there, biopic is how it's pronounced.
Okay, noted. I had a teacher in high school who used to say schedule instead of schedule because it's like the proper English. It's just like you can, maybe it's the proper like British English type of pronunciation, but you're just an asshole. Like, shut up. Like, hopefully he's not watching. Mr. Rose, you're a great teacher, but you're just kind of an asshole for saying that.
We got some really mixed reviews here so far. It ain't bad. That's not really, we got a good movie. Sure. Thought it wasn't great. No opinion. Okay. Right now, I don't know. Jim. Okay. I don't know, Jay. I don't know, Jason. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
We'll see. Maybe more reviews will roll in. Torts' best bet is non-existent tonight. This guy is in a coma right now. He had fruit day today. ate some strawberry, some apple. He's taking a siesta at this moment in time. Fell asleep just like me watching the Steelers in the first half today. All right, let's get to it. It's kickoff, which means it's time to welcome in our first guest of the night. G-Stack George. My God, man. What day is the NFL draft? Oh man, the pain that we endured this week, my friend.
Yeah.
Too much to handle.
I actually wanted to tell you a pronunciation bet that I lost. Tell me if you think you would have lost it as well. You ever watch the movie Mad Max Fury Road? So I thought the guy's name was Immortal Joe because he portrays himself as being immortal, not an old man.
Yep.
My friend said, no, that's not his name. His name is Immortan Joe.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, you knew that?
I knew that, but it was only because it's a Morton Joe. Yes. I only knew this because when I watched this movie in theater, I thought it was one of the best movies I ever watched in my life.
Fantastic.
And I had a very unhealthy obsession with it for at least a couple weeks in time. So I would have won that bet, but purely out of fluke. Purely out of fluke.
You know what made that movie so good? The director centered the action in the entire movie. If you rewatch it, every single scene is centered perfectly.
What I like about this in terms of centered perfectly is that the Bucs have come out throwing the ball, G-Stack.
Let's go.
2 plays, 2 passes. Are we seeing a new Dave Canales tonight? Because normally this ain't the game plan. I'll tell you that.
I love it. I love it. Go for it, man. Don't waste your time running into a wall. You're gonna beat the Eagles. Put it on them early.
Yeah. I'll do a quick sync after I watch it. I'll just do it right now. 10 seconds on the play clock. I'll do another one because they just snapped the ball. Play action. Down the middle. Wide open. Mike Evans. Let's go. Baker pumping the ball. Uh-oh. Mike Evans very slow to get up. Non-contact.
He does this every game. Mike Evans gets hurt every game for 2 plays, comes back, has another 80 yards and a touchdown to end the game.
Interesting you say that because like Matt Stafford is the quarterback that I always think is beat up.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is the receiver that's always beat up.
100%.
Yeah. All right. I got to see a clock before I could count it down. 13, 12, 11. Wow, they're working quick here. They're working quick here, George. Man, this is a new look Bucs. Part of me is really hoping, well, I bet the Bucs. So I want the Bucs to win today, but I want them to do it in a very impressive fashion. Because I heard some people talking about opening lines potentially next week in the Detroit -4 range.
Yeah. All day. All day.
That's not the right line in that game,
no,
I don't think.
No.
We go back-to-back running plays and get a first down. All right, George.
Yes.
I know it's the first drive of the game. I want to see this first drive. We'll get into it. Are you recovered yet from the Fins?
Yeah, I was fuming the night of.
Did you watch the game alone or with people?
No, I couldn't. I can never. It's impossible for me to watch a meaningful Dolphins game with anybody around me. I was fuming, and then it became sadness and a realization of potential. I don't know if the word ceiling is the right word, but I don't know. Fucking.
Did this exist already, or did Jason make this?
Someone called us the Cowboys of the AFC.
I made this.
Of the NFC, but
I have to make it quickly.
It's good. It's good. I think the comparison is fair.
You're in the same boat, right? You got to give your quarterback an extension too. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. I honestly can't even think about it, George. Like I'm rattled.
I had a really good betting weekend this weekend, so that's why I'm like not absolutely a mess.
Yeah. I see a play clock now, so I'll do a real countdown now as I see it. 11:41 on the game clock, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. That should be a good enough sync for everyone right now. An important 3rd and 3 here for Tampa Bay. Bowles has been a little bit more aggressive on these this year, though. He kind of picked up on that in the offseason.
Yeah.
But they might. Oh, wow. Wow.
We got a touchdown.
Rashad White, big boy.
Ran it through.
He was tackled like 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage and just bounced off everyone.
Him and Pacheco, man, they don't get tackled on first contact, do they?
No, this is James Bradbury. I've talked about this about a million times this year. Might as well send that guy to the glue factory.
he
is toast.
Yeah.
But now that I've said that, it's, he's gonna make like a crucial interception today. This is how my life works. Remember this part of 21 minutes into the broadcast here.
We were on together the last time Eagles and Bucks played, like week 3 Monday night or week 4, one of those.
I'm pretty sure I bet the Eagles in that game.
Yeah, you did. I didn't bet the game, but my numbers liked Tampa. But that was like week 3, and there was a lot of uncertainty of, am I actually believing what I'm seeing with Baker?
Yeah. It's been an interesting year because I don't believe in Tampa at all, but I believe in the Eagles less is what it came down to here.
Yeah, for sure.
Is what it came down to here. Yeah, I'm not over the Cowboys loss just yet.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm going to tell you my sympathy started like once we lost to Baltimore, those injuries. And then it's like the inevitable, oh shit, we're going to lose to Buffalo and lose the division. So my expectations were not high at that point. You guys were the 2 seed.
Right.
You were thinking Super Bowl.
Yep. That's exactly it. I was thinking, can someone just knock off San Fran and we're going to the ship?
Yeah, someone do the dirty work.
Exactly.
Or play the game of your life and Purdy gets killed by Parsons wrecking him all game. That, to me, once we were signing 40-year-old pass rushers off the street, I said, oh, we're fucked.
That's tough. A lot of people are pretty upset about the Cade Otton first TD there. Oh, and they targeted Trey Palmer in the end zone too, who I have for. Oh, it's a rough back-to-back plays for us. I think TA had Cade Otton first TD in like 20-1 range. I got Trey Palmer anytime. Field goal units coming out. Come on, Bulls.
I'm more curious because I expected the Bucks to move the ball decently well. Yeah. I am more like, the thing that I don't know is how the Eagles offense is going to look today.
Yeah.
Because like Devontae, I don't think he's 100%. We haven't seen him in 2 weeks. And he's slender. Like, that guy is one hit away from being in trouble.
I'm totally with you. Did you see the did anyone see the Mike Tomlin presser?
No, what did he do?
I don't know, but a bunch of my friends are like, LOL, Tomlin presser. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to have to search it now at this point. But something.
I wonder if he was asked about Kenny Pickett.
Oh, okay. Play it, Jason. Play for us. 11 seconds here.
Anyone? Mike, you have a year left on your contract.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, guy just lost the playoffs. I don't think he wants to talk about his contract.
Yeah, come on. The timing of that. I get, if you're the reporter, I get it, because kind of someone needs to ask him about that. But yeah, the timing is no great after a playoff loss. Oh, that's too good, man.
I wonder what his market would be like if he ever hit the market.
You remember when Mike Tomlin just tripped that Ravens player running down the sideline?
I do. And
we just forgot that was like the most classless move of all time. And like a couple weeks later, Tomlin was in everyone's good books again.
You know what built a bit of Tomlin's mystique, and obviously the never had a losing season. But I'm telling you, when Antonio Brown went batshit crazy, and we never heard a peep of that when he was under the Steelers, we said, okay, Tomlin, he's good. He's a motivator for sure.
Listen, this is not circles off, so I'll say this without Zach having to put this on the board behind him. But when I was consulting for sports books, one of the books was very, very interested in having Antonio Brown come on as like a brand ambassador.
No.
And I was like, no, like you cannot do this. And they're like, oh, Antonio Brown, like he's messed up a couple times, but like, I'm like, this guy is like clinically insane.
Cuckoo. Him and Chandler Jones, those guys are cuckoo, man.
Agreed. And I don't remember exactly which of his insane spells it was, but like about a week after I turned that possibility down, he did something psychotic as well. So, yeah. Antonio Brown, AB84, man.
Did I tell you what Alex did to me?
Alex Moretto?
Yeah. Alex
Probably
messaged me last week. He said, hey, big dog, that rant is doing awesome engagement numbers. Really love it. I owe you a dinner. You've worked really hard this year. That's what he said to me.
Moretto said that?
Moretto said that. So
he openly said that he would pay for your dinner.
Yeah. So me and Moretto meet up. It's a cold day. And I've already eaten, right? He's like, hey man, you want to grab a Tim's, have a coffee? I said, sure. Comes back. I didn't ask for this. And he came back with a chicken noodle soup. And after I said, okay, I'm not going to be rude. I'm in Greek. Someone brings you something. I ate the chicken noodle soup. And then as we're leaving, he says, okay, we're even, dog.
That's the Banya move from Seinfeld right there. Soup is not a meal.
I didn't even request this soup.
Wow.
That's a scumbag move, no?
You know what? I honestly, it is a scumbag move. And it does not surprise me whatsoever. Like at all. I actually didn't believe this, but he says it's a true story.
What have I been known to embellish the truth?
Well, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to believe with the people around me.
Listen,
but
the soup was good. It was -10 outside. I'm not gonna lie. It warmed up my body before I went. I had to go back out. I thought we were gonna get together, talk business over a coffee, and this guy duped me into being my dinner, my reward.
No, yeah. Soup is most definitely not a meal. If someone says I'm going to take you out for a meal, you don't buy them a chicken noodle soup and get away with it. That doesn't happen nowadays. Not even a bisque. It doesn't matter what the soup is.
Wasn't even a large soup, and then you didn't even get the sandwich with it, the soup and sandwich combo.
Did you crush up crackers in it?
What crackers? No, he ate the crackers. He said, if you don't mind, dog, I'm a little hungry too.
Did that actually happen? Did he actually eat the crackers? I need to know this. Oh my God, man. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Because I know you, George. Like if you said like I'm gonna take you out for a nice dinner, you'd be like a Harbor 60, Jacobs, like a nice steakhouse.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, of course. That's what I would be thinking too if someone says that. Or like a nice fine Italian restaurant or something like that. But Tim Hortons soup.
Yeah.
That's basically the nut low right there.
Fucking guy.
Who caught that ball? Julio Jones. That's a big problem for me already. Yeah, I'm surprised he won a route.
What was his totals with the AJ Brown out?
They're both, everyone was 1.5 outside of Devontae Smith. Okay, we're going to have a third down here. Third and short. Oh, man.
Isn't it nice? The Bucks, the whole roster's healthy. That's kind of nice, isn't it?
Well, this is what I was thinking about so my original thought was if Buffalo comes out like 2.5 against KC, I'm going to like Buffalo based off of like where I've had the teams ranked and what. Then the game happened today.
Yeah.
And everyone got hurt for Buffalo and KC has a couple extra days of rest. And then the line opened 3. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to like Buffalo anymore.
No, suddenly Wednesday becomes very important.
Yes. Yeah. That's a real problem. Oh, Hurts throwing arm got hit. Good defense. Let's go, boys. Bucks D. Yeah. Okay. So just a summary of guys that left for Buffalo today. Gabe Davis was out. We know that, which honestly, that just meant Khalil Shakir got more time anyways. And that guy, I think, is pretty good, as evidenced by that last touchdown of the game. On the defensive side of the ball, Tyrell Dodson, Terrell Bernard, Balin Spector, Teron Johnson, Christian Benfort, and then Rasul Douglas and Taylor Rapp are both out already.
Also, their right guard, Connor McGovern.
Mm.
But they have depth at guard. That was probably the least significant injury, but yeah, like 3 linebackers when they were already down.
Yeah.
Linebackers and 4-5 people in the secondary.
Yeah. Yeah, that Bernard is that looked like a season done type of injury based off of the reactions. Yeah.
Did you read anything about Jair Alexander? I didn't read anything. I don't think he went back in the game, but it was also a bit of a blowout. And then, like, after the game, the only quotes from him were, "I love Dak. He's throwing me multiple picks." So I'm assuming that means healthy, but
yeah, I was talking with Suma about this last night. So I was so depressed watching that game that it's actually all a blur to me. Like, I can't remember if he came back into the game because I was fuming.
I don't remember seeing him back in the game. Maybe
Right?
someone in the chat can answer.
And he was rolling around on the floor like it was a real problem.
And he was already playing hurt because there was a game time decision. So
Yeah.
they're going to need him because San Fran's going to move the ball.
Did they reopen? What is the opening total in that game was like 48. Okay, so it's already up to Pinnacle's at 51, juice to the under. So that got bet up pretty quickly because that was my immediate thought is, San Fran's going to score in the 30s here, and Green Bay will probably score.
I think I might trust team total a little bit more, just in case Jordan Love has a pumpkin game, which he's capable of.
He has had a few pumpkin games. I do believe the San Fran defense is overrated, though.
Yeah, we've been saying that from day one, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in these games. I really am. Even man, I've seen some projections on the Baltimore-Houston spread as well. I get that this is a miserable spot for Houston. Baltimore bye week. Harbaugh, historically very good off the bye. CJ Stroud outdoors. Off of like 2 very emotional wins, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But the thought of getting Stroud double-digit underdog.
Yeah.
How many times is that going to happen in life?
The rest of his career. This is it.
Yeah.
You're not getting it next year. That kid is the real deal.
Yeah. Oh, man. Aaron Judge, man, in attendance. You live in Florida in the offseason? Oh, there's your boy, Jason, Lincoln Riley. Yeah, you might want to unmute.
I put myself back on mute. That's crazy. I was just going to say he's a dog. Oh, he's a dog. Look at him go. He's sharp, eh? He's a good head coach. He's a great head coach, great recruiter, great head coach. Knows how to develop quarterbacks. Speaking of big,
I think he's a good quarterback developer. I don't know about great coach.
Like he's a good coach. What's wrong with his coaching abilities? Can call a good play caller, maybe is a better way to put it.
Their defense can't stop.
He doesn't touch the defense, so that's not his. Leaves it to the DC.
You got it. You're the recruiter, right? The guys.
You're
technically
not wrong.
the GM too, right?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Baker is slinging it, baby.
The Grinch that stole my Christmas year. His name is Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator of USC. Anyways.
I'll tell you what's really good news here, guys, for the people who watched the props before, but that was David Moore that caught that ball. So we're getting looks for Trey Palmer and David Moore, and we got them both anytime touchdown. It's in play. And a personal foul face mask to add on to it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. God, this Eagles defense, man. Oof. It's a tough look.
It's bad.
A tough look.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. I don't know what's worse, man. This secondary right now, or inviting someone out for a meal and getting them a chicken noodle soup. Don't know what's worse.
Fuck. I'd rather you not have promised me the dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather him just said, "Hey, big dog, nice content," you know?
Yeah.
Because now, he's also going to bank it as a favor. That's the type of guy Alex is.
Evans just dropped the touchdown.
Fucking every game he drops one, doesn't he?
Oh my god. I mean, fuck, Baker put that exactly where it needed to be.
I wonder if he didn't track it well because it looked like he was a little lost in the air.
Well, he's got Bradbury on him, so that's just basically like a blow by basic, at this point. Bradbury is like wearing snowshoes basically out there. Maybe we'll get some targets to Palmer down the field instead this time. Oh, that's disappointing.
Oh, you can't drop that.
No, that is disappointing, especially when you know that it's 2nd and 10. Bulls and Canales, they're dialing up a run for 2 to 3. There it is, the 3-yard run right up the middle. Do you find it offensive that Moretto calls you big dog?
No. I think it's a term of endearment.
Okay. Gotta be careful nowadays with what you call people.
Well, there's no HR department at the Hammer for us to complain at. And if there was, I think I'd have some of the most complaints from our group chat. So I will just leave that one be.
Oh, more. Go more. Go more. Break it. Get there. Yes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This has been this is a good first.
Let's go.
He
he bounced off like a million tackles on this play. Beautiful. Also, pretty sure if we watch a replay of this, who's the right tackle? Godke? Luke Godke?
Godecki.
Yeah. I'm horrible.
I have no idea. We got to make a bet on the pronunciation. I've never heard his name pronounced.
Neither have I. I'm pretty sure he held on. I'm pretty sure it was a blatant hold on that play. Oh, anyone who bet first TD. I didn't even bet first TD. I just bet anytime. 41-1.
Ooh, very nice job, Anthony.
Don't show up a secondary. It is. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Are we going to get the Eagles blown out here in this game? We've seen every single game's been a blowout basically, except for the Lions one.
I would like to see it because not for nothing, I think Belichick would have a bidding war on his hands.
Yeah.
The NFC East bidding war.
That'd be funny.
Wow.
What are your thoughts, Rob?
Do you think Sirianni gets canned?
Yeah,
I think he could get canned.
They get embarrassed here. Yeah,
I think he could easily get canned here. I think he's very much was a product of his coordinators.
OC.
Yeah. Not OC and DC. But
wasn't he good on the Colts as a play caller though under Frank Reich?
He didn't call plays.
He didn't call plays under Frank Reich.
Frank Reich's.
Wow.
Okay. You also got to remember, it's not like you're firing him to hire nobody. You would only do it if you're making a play for a better coach, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think that's where the Cowboys at. I don't think McCarthy's getting fired unless they're making a big move for a coach.
Fair.
It's tough. You're right. I don't think it's auto fire because things will settle down after a couple days.
Jerry doesn't have a quick trigger. There's this reputation that Jerry gets mad and he's patient with his coaches.
Yeah, totally. I'm a little bit in orbit right now, George. I'm not going to lie. I cashed a very nice bet on anytime touchdown, but I'm looking at the best first touchdown price in market, and it was 70-1.
Wow,
70-1. A few people hit it here as well, which is pretty huge. I also do have an update. Luke Goducky.
So we're both wrong.
Go by a mile.
There's no way it's Godke or Godecki. Goducky is nuts.
Goducky. Luke Goducky. I mean, it sounds made up, but this is I'm looking at when he came into the draft. They have the draft guide, Central Michigan offensive tackle, and the pronunciation. Pronounced.
He wasn't even a tackle when they first drafted him. He was a guard. He was a swing, and part of the reason I was down on the Bucs was a lot of where I build out my process is through the O-line, and I wasn't too impressed with their O-line, but him fortifying the other side with Tristan Wirfs, I'm like, it worked.
It sure did. I have one ask of the nails out there. If you did hit first touchdown on David Moore, the least you can do is smash that like button down below and sub here to Forward Progress. But the most you can do, and what I would really recommend, is you let other people in your life know that there's this crazy Canadian loser with glasses that does these live watch-along streams on Forward Progress, that occasionally gives out some pretty big winners, and ask them to subscribe if you can. 4,100 subs right now on Forward Progress, which I'll take, but I would love to get to 5K by the Super Bowl. Let's make it happen, people. Let's make it happen.
Rob,
And 1 second, how to win, $5 donation. Thank you very much, my friend. Much appreciated. How to win.
thank you so much. Rob, you ever you'd like the sauna?
I love the sauna.
Okay.
My wife wants to get one now
I love it. I spend like half hour in the sauna whenever I go.
Yep.
5 minutes into the sauna this morning, I made the mistake of like acknowledging someone in there.
Yep.
And then he proceeded to talk my ear off for 20 minutes.
Tough.
Normally you can walk away, go to another piece of equipment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was stuck and I wanted to enjoy the sauna. I was stuck and he talked my ear off about nothing that I was interested in. And I'm too nice. I didn't have the heart to say I don't want to continue this convo.
Yeah, it's you know, I've had I definitely wouldn't like that. And I'm the type of guy that doesn't like the confrontation, so I would just let them chat me up. I once had this happen during a massage, right? Where like I like to go for a massage and like
zone out,
relax.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be in my.
Do you put music? Do you have AirPods in?
I don't. I like the sound. I like the music that they put on in the room.
Yeah.
The very tranquil.
I like
room.
the option in case I don't like their music.
Yeah.
I like the option to be able to put my headphones in.
So I'm gonna get cooked on these unders, by the way. Quez Watkins and Julio Jones. Mark the L now. Unless we get a Jameson Williams scenario like last night where he catches 2 in the first quarter and then nothing afterwards. But I had a masseuse once ask me, this is not a joke, in Bolton, Ontario, ask me what I do. And I'm like, was not a happy ending. I'm a married man, Ryan. Wink, wink. Married man. Incomplete pass. Okay. Got this masseuse. She's massaging me. She's like, oh, you know, really tight. What do you do? And whatever. I'm like, I'm mostly at a computer for most of the day. I don't have good posture. And she's like, oh, well, what do you do at a computer? And I'm like, I'm in like some analytics. You know, I don't really want to say, and she's just pressing, right? I'm like, I bet on sports, right? This woman for the next 20 minutes proceeded to talk to me about NASCAR. I didn't know that in Southern Ontario, there were NASCAR fans. I'm certainly not one of them, but she's going through like all the races and this type of road. It's this circuit and this and that. And there's like constrictor plates. And I don't know what the hell she was talking about. I'm like, lady, like, I don't have the heart, George.
Yeah.
I'm too nice a guy. I don't have the heart to say like, I'm here so that you won't talk.
Your massage is technically ruined now, right?
It's done. I'm just paying $100 now out of pocket, you know.
I get like that at the barber. My barber, God bless him, I've gone to him for so long, and he knows there's times where I'll chat with him. I'll ask. I'm not an asshole. I'd like to know what's going on in his life, but I also want like 15 minutes, especially when he's got me like head back with the hot shave and the straight razor, the hot shaving cream. He knows in that moment I want to just go inside my head for 15 minutes and not be bothered. We have a really good rapport. But that's the same thing. Sometimes you just want to relax when you're getting serviced, whether it's like you're getting a mani-pedi or you're getting a massage. And
Tugger.
Right? And then the conversation ruins it.
I agree. I'm just there to relax at this point. This was long before the Hammer started, or else maybe we would have hired her for the Hammer NASCAR, non-existent NASCAR department, which I don't think is ever going to exist. But link this woman up with AD. another NASCAR fan. But yeah, I don't know. Like I just get really uncomfortable in those situations because I don't want to be an asshole. And like this is their day too. And they're working. Sometimes they want the conversation, but my God, I don't want that. Craig, you the man. Craig M's.
Love it.
23 with the logo. I'm very interested in what that's all about. Very interested in what that's all about. Donations are coming in hot tonight. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, when you're getting serviced. You make it sound like you're an automobile, G-Stack.
Sometimes you got to get your oil changed.
Sometimes you got some excess buildup of fluid that needs to be flushed.
You know what the worst part about these tips are right now is not only now Moretto, who thought he was out $4 for that soup he bought me. Yeah. Now Moretto's broke even just because the tips are coming in.
Well, this is the only way I can really pay Moretto is the tips, honestly, at this point. If we were going to do like a delta of actual pay and expected pay at the Hammer, Moretto is at like, he's got the best deal by far. Let's just put it that way. You're on a shit deal, George. Let's put it that way as well. But, yeah. There's some people on some really shit deals. You're not quite at the bottom, but Moretto is certainly at the top. Good joke in there that I won't bring up on screen. Good joke there. Eagles look like they're struggling. I haven't checked the live line in this game, partially because I want nothing to do with the Eagles at any point. But they are now 6-point dogs in the live market. I'm not even sure that's enough.
Look at their body language, though, on the sideline. This doesn't look like a team that believes that they're ready for a deep run.
No. Patricia has got the pencil in the ear, per usual, doing absolutely nothing on the sideline. Just looks so easy for Tampa right now. Looks so easy for them. Oh, man.
Did you think Pittsburgh was going to get the backdoor after the missed field goal? One last voodoo before a backdoor touchdown at the end? Because I did.
Could we talk about that fourth quarter a little bit here?
Yeah.
Okay, so no monetary, what I small monetary investment in the game across maybe 20 different props, most of which were placed when I thought the weather was going to be worse, and I took an L on some of those. But okay, you good? Sorry, almost got tackled for like a 20-yard loss. Instead, they picked up like 10 yards. That fourth quarter, and my tweet that I made about the NFL I want to see Bills Chiefs next week, and so does the NFL. A little bit irresponsible of a tweet because it suggests some fixing of the game.
Man of the library-esque.
Yes. That's not, I really don't believe that stuff. I do just believe, generally speaking, in officials being inconsistent and generally bad at their jobs. I nailed the exact call that was going to come on the Josh Allen throwaway where Miles Jack held Dawson Knox downfield, which the ball was a mile in the air before the contact was initiated. But I could see when they were getting together, they're like, well, this is a very blatant penalty, but the quarterback threw it away. How are we going to make this a call without DPI? And they just settled they were going to call holding, even though the ball was already in the air. There was that one. The Josh Allen quarterback slide. I will say that gets called a lot, that hit, but it also doesn't get called a lot in the NFL. And it's like the most inconsistent call in the league.
I mean, last night, Stafford got killed.
Yeah.
And we didn't see shit.
Right. It's just an incredibly inconsistent call. And that happened to go the Bills' way as well. And I'm missing one more in the fourth quarter where I was like, what the hell is going on here? It was three very, very obvious ones. But I mean, didn't get called when a guy was that was hilarious.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was hilarious. But it was just a horrible game. And listen, I'm not saying the Bills got every benefit of the doubt because there was a fumble that they very clearly recovered where Yeah.
Oh, I hate the rule that you need to nail both your challenges to maintain a third one.
Right.
I think it should be you get as many challenges up to 2 incorrect challenges. If you keep calling the refs out on their bullshit, say you got 3 in a row, you wouldn't get a 4th because you have a better eye than what the refs are calling.
Right.
Makes no sense.
It was the PI on Pickens on the 4th down play as well. I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, this is kind of ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What's really ridiculous is that right now, the Eagles secondary is just getting carved, man. What's Baker at? I didn't want to play Baker passing yards because of his injury. I mean, I think that's going to be a big mistake. His total was 231.5. He's at 137. And he's firing up the crowd now, too. Hands in the air.
You don't want Baker getting hyped for a game.
You know what? Baker, he's totally redeemed himself in the eyes of the general public. You remember like the end of the stint in Cleveland? Everyone's like, oh, this guy's a loser, sore loser, turnover machine, whatever. Like it was all bad narratives in regards to him. Now he can do no wrong.
He's a good leader, though. Like the Rams teammates all said it when he got in there. There was a game like week 3 or 4, Rob, at you know how I did film review with Clark this year?
Yep.
And I don't remember specifically what the game was, but I wrote a note for Clark. I said, Baker, when they had to switch fields, and he dapped up every single defender every single one coming off the field before going onto the field. I'm like, that's leadership. It might seem like a little detail, but there's a guy who actually understands the role of being the leader.
Yep. Agreed. But he does it in a way that I think is like not corny. Here's what I mean by that. Josh Allen at the end of the game today, the reporter asks him, what was the bigger play in the game today? You rushing for that 52-yard touchdown or Shakir taking it in for 30 yards? He's like, oh, of course. Undoubtedly, it was the Shakir play. Like, I don't know about that, Josh. Like, you turned up,
Allen tries to say, like, he said to after they beat us, I guess we'll do this in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, fuck off, okay? We're tail spinning here, okay? Quit the bullshit sugarcoating.
Yeah, like, I understand that he's conditioned to say that, by the way. Like, I'm not, but he could have made a joke. He could have showed some personality. And not gave. I hate that about athletes. The shit answers like that. I want people to tell it how it is.
NHL's like that. It's like cliche-a-thon in the NHL. They're so well media trained, and I don't know why that is, but they don't give out nothing.
L'Jarius Sneed posted a tweet yesterday of him just destroying Tyreek Hill at the line of scrimmage, and Hill quote tweeted it with something a lot.
He jammed me all the way to Cancun. I love Tyreek. Tyreek is 100% as real and raw as it gets.
Yeah. Yeah, but that I like. I can respect that. Like, yeah, jam my ass to Cancun.
It was great. It was great.
It's so good. It makes it like a very endearing player to me. The fact that he's got like some real personality. Doesn't have to be like the Antonio Brown personality. Just, show something.
I guess got a little too much personality.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
What the fuck, Jason? Looking for sad Dolphins memes is crazy. What the fuck is this?
People love to take pride in our misery. They just love it. Makes me sick, you people. Make me fucking sick. You know what I've noticed though, George?
What?
I've removed my Cowboys paraphernalia from the room. I cannot see it for the next foreseeable future. You've stuck it out. You still got it all going on behind there.
Oh, there's been many a times where I wanted to break this picture behind me,
Yeah. Yeah. This is a big 3rd and 13 here. I don't know if they oh, did he get picked? Oh, he didn't. He was dying to get picked there. Almost got picked.
Are they going to kick this?
It's not that far, right? Should be like what, 52, 53 yards?
Yeah,
That's 36, 53.
Add 17. Yeah.
He was looking for David Moore again. But my God, that's a horrible decision and a horrible throw. It actually wasn't the worst decision in the world. The throw was just so bad. Chase McLaughlin. Come on, buddy.
How good is... Let me know how this field goal goes.
Looks good. Yeah, it's plenty long. Wow, that could have been good from 65. Right down the pipe.
How good is it we're going to get a CJ Stroud versus Lamar and Josh Allen versus Mahomes semifinals in the 8th? That's crazy town.
I mean, Purdy love is good.
I'm just talking about so Mahomes, Allen, you probably have the 2 best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
Stroud might be the most promising rookie we've ever seen.
Yep.
Lamar's the MVP this year and is like the least sexy of the 4 right now.
It's true. No, it's great matchups. I'm really looking forward to that. I really am. This week had some duds for sure. I thought we'd see some better games, but
the only thing I like is because the NFC has obviously been mismatched as far as strength goes. Like, other than the top team in the NFC, it seems like the depth in the AFC is way better. I like that the first 2 picks are going to the NFC.
Yeah.
Right? Because even this year...
I don't. You like it because you're a Dolphins fan.
I just want to disperse the talent a little more, you know? If Caleb and May are going to be guys, let them be guys in the NFC.
It's not what I'm looking for, George.
You know, Rob, I come on here. I try to entertain the nails. And all show, they're just trying to go to me. You know, I'm reminded, today is Martin Luther King Day, right?
Yep.
And my favorite quote of his of all time is, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Right? That's how I feel today, Rob. I feel as if, you know what? I don't care. I love my team. I know what we've been through. The comments won't faze me. They never will. And we'll be back next year, healthy.
Yeah. And where does a healthy Dolphins team go next year?
I don't know. Rob, where do we go if the injuries don't derail our season? Because I tell you, if we were the 2 seed, we would have beat the shit out of Pittsburgh too with a healthy team.
But it would have been Buffalo as your 7.
No, we could technically have lost the game to Buffalo on purpose.
Butterfly effect. Yeah, lots of different things could have happened.
In fact, I would almost venture that we would avoid them, rest our guys for that week, play Pittsburgh, and let Buffalo go into Kansas City in the first round.
It actually would have made a huge difference. I'm not even just saying that to satisfy you as a friend. It's they just wouldn't have played in terrible weather, which would have been a huge difference.
That's the most
Miami home game.
Everyone's blowing their load about Jared Goff's performance and Jordan Love. And yeah, great. They played fantastic. And so did Stroud. They all played in a fucking dome, I'm pretty sure we would have lit up the Rams defense in a fucking dome too, So let's not rush to give Jared Goff his flowers.
It's true. I'm with you on that. Dak Prescott played in a dome. Shit his pants, though. I don't really have any excuses for him.
No, the thing is, I was talking to somebody about it today. He goes, it's like Dak panicked when they went down 14. You ever see those videos where a dog gets scared because he's near the edge?
Yeah.
But his panic is what takes him off the edge. Dak panicked himself into a 21-point hole for no reason.
I wasn't in attendance at the game, obviously, but I get this, as a Cowboys fan and franchises where you're conditioned to lose for a long period of time, you play a home game like that. I can only imagine after the Packers went down the field and scored, the amount of immense pressure that everyone felt. You could almost, as a Cowboys fan, just being down 7-0, the life was already sucked out of me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was everyone in that stadium at that moment.
I've seen this story before. Here we go again.
Green Bay taking the ball first. LaFleur is was a genius move. Because if they give up the ball first, oh, that's a big catch, Devontae. Oh, great shoestring tackle, or he would have been gone. Yeah. Like it was. I can't even think about it. I need to change the subject. I mean, I saw this. Jason, hop on here.
I have one team and one team only. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs, as you can see over my left shoulder. I only have the bandwidth to cheer for one team. I'm gonna get raked over the coals for this. I was a child. I was a Patriots fan when I was a kid, but only because I share a birthday with Tom Brady. So it was like when you're a kid, you need that thing to connect you to something. And it was just, I shared a birthday with Tom Brady, and I like the Patriots. Then as I grow up, I'm like, I only have the bandwidth to cheer for the Leafs because I've been through so much sorrow with this team. So
yeah, but you're a USC fan too.
Yeah, I'm a USC fan too. I'll take that as well. But
the whole story was a lie already.
Okay. I thought that's more of like I think
do you actually not have an NFL team? You don't have an NFL team?
No, relinquished all NFL fandom when I was like 16, 17-ish, I think. Just relinquished.
This is psychotic behavior, if I have to say.
I watch the guys. First of all, I'm going to take a page.
What percentage of fans of the NFL do not support a team?
I'd say a fairly large percentage.
Less than 1%. Less than 0.5%.
Here's the thing. I'm going to take a page out of Hitman's book and say my favorite team is whatever team I'm betting on this week. So yeah, that's my favorite team.
Any pages out of Hitman's book based off of his record
I guess
I would want to burn that book.
He's pawned the book to pay for some of the bets.
Dylan's agreeing with me here. See, like there's some people out there who, what is it? Of the 219 people watching, one person does agree with me. So that is like what, 0.5%?
How many people have liked? You said that many people are watching. That's impressive. I assume we should be on a 1-to-1 ratio of viewers versus likes, right?
Honestly, it should be that. Yes,
we have a good amount though.
We're pretty close. We're pretty close.
People done a good
take the 150. Yeah, the nails they know how to get the job done.
I think the Martin Luther King quote sent us, that extra bit.
Oh, Hurts almost threw a pick here on third down. It's gonna be 4th and 7 here for the Eagles. Can
they push this one?
Yeah, 7-yard touchdown. Yeah. No, the nails are pretty loyal in terms of liking the stream, subbing to Forward Progress. I just candidly, I don't want to offend people, but I just wish you guys had more friends that you could send the stuff to during the show.
Yeah. Do you guys so Eric Eager, I'm gonna pitch him this question when he comes on for the third quarter, but I'm curious to hear both your thoughts and George's thoughts here. Eric Eager said this past year, Dak is the best quarterback in the NFC, right? Everyone freaked out and they were saying Jalen Hurts. Obviously, it's not Jalen Hurts. Like we've seen Jalen Hurts this season. He's not the best quarterback in the NFC.
Right.
So do you think that statement is still true? Do you think Dak is still the best quarterback in the NFC?
Yeah, it could be. It could be Stafford. It could be Dak.
Stafford is probably the answer.
I think Jordan Love has the chance of all of them.
I think it's Stafford right now.
Yeah, I think if you said Stafford on that Dallas team, I think.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, do you think could squeeze there, or are we just No.
Kirk Cousins has had the same problems. I know they beat the Giants in the first round last year, but he generally has the same problems as Dak.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Pants shitting extravaganza in the big game.
Okay, what if it's dome only? Is Jared Goff in this conversation? If it's dome only,
no, dome only. Yeah, fucking backwards pass or just trying to give it away,
dude. The guy's two-handed shovel pass, but back.
What was that?
No.
Brock Purdy's not in the conversation. We didn't bring up his name.
No,
yeah, Purdy's up, but he's Purdy's more higher than Goff. But I still don't think Purdy is a great quarterback.
Listen, Purdy has one career fourth quarter comeback in his career. When I see him play it in a non advantageous game script and come back, that's when I'll believe a little bit more.
That's fair.
It's nice to play with the greatest play caller and massive amounts of weapons.
Where does Mike McDaniel rank in play callers?
I don't know. I think he's got leaks in his game that a lot of people don't talk about. Our short offense sucked all
Yeah.
year. All year. Nobody talked about it. Many a times we went to the goal line and came away with nothing.
Oh, I talked about it, George. I'm very familiar with that goal line offense.
I think I don't know if I said this publicly, but I think I said this in our Monday Forward Progress group chat with Clark and Cleve and Suma, that like Dolphins offense has been living off reputation the last 2 months
Yeah.
than actual production. And like it wasn't a narrative at the forefront.
At least you could admit it after the fact, George, because this one wasn't what I was hearing in real time.
I didn't advocate any Dolphins bets. You got to remember that. I was pretty damn good about not advocating for Dolphins bets this year. Although the one time I did.
That game is wiped from my memory.
When are we getting that? We got to get that like for a watch along here. We're running out of watch alongs now because wasn't that the bet? Is that
I'm gonna wear a dolphin suit? I will put on a dolphin suit.
We
looked
don't
at
have
one
any
point-
watch alongs left though.
Yeah, I know.
George, don't forget this
me,
moment.
Find me a dolphin suit. I'll buy it tonight.
I'll do it
I've just
right
been
now.
procrastinating this for a while. Dolphin costume.
I heard in order to save the budget and pocket more of the money, Moreto's been going to the Salvation Army looking for used dolphin suits for you.
Oh God. I do owe it. I don't welch on bets. I'm a big believer in paying your debts.
Jeez, you staked a lot more, right?
Yeah, dressing as a
Mine was-
cowboy's not
mine
too
was a
bad.
Cowboy hat. I can fucking technically wear it. I think I would look good in a cowboy hat.
Yeah, but you also had to wear one of those ties. Remember?
Oh,
the
easy.
thin.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. I'll send me the link. $75 for the goddamn dolphin costume. Oh my God. Well, at least I'll wear it for Halloween next year as well. 2 for 1. 2 for 1 banger.
Oh shit.
Gonna answer the door dressed as a dolphin for Halloween next year. Kids will get a fucking real hoot out of that one.
Make sure I'm on the stream when he wears it, eh, Jason?
I got you, big dog. I got you.
Are you doing live streams next week, Rob? Have the plans been revealed? Yeah.
Yeah, so it will be for Saturday night, which is going to be Green Bay, San Fran, and then Sunday night, Buffalo, KC. So those are going to be the live streams that I'm hosting next week. For Championship Sunday, Moreto's taking over.
That's
I tell people this every year. I have one day every year that I spend with my friends, no matter what. That's Championship Sunday. It's always been a tradition. I cannot get out of that. It would be sacrilegious. I'm more likely to skip a funeral than I am Championship Sunday with my friends. Big first down from Baker on the ground. So yes, actually, we got such great games next week, man, for the live watch-alongs.
Yeah. Wow.
Boom.
Dylan thinks I could pull off the cowboy look. I do too. You know the cowboy in The Simpsons? I think I could pull off that look, you know?
Assless chaps.
No. Like, you know, the cowboy from The Simpsons, the guy, I think he wore like a white ivory hat. I think I'd get a nice one. Might as well.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The rich Texan guy with the guns.
Yeah, I could do that.
I don't know. I don't see that as being you personally. I don't see that as being you. I mean, like, I'll typecast you right now, George. I don't care. You're more of like a bouncer,
Big dumb, big dumb
prison security guard,
Big dumb
security
return.
detail. Exactly. That's where I don't know about rich Texan. I don't see you as rich Texan.
I think I'll go as Big Dom next year for Halloween.
Oh, Big Dom's on the sidelines tonight, I believe. I'm pretty sure he's there on the sidelines tonight.
Yeah.
So the Eagles are gonna go what? Or what is it? 1-4. And I don't know what the stat is. Fuck.
Yeah, they were
9-1
like
without Big Tom.
without him. They
they're 1-5
sucked without him,
without
but he's back. He's back now.
Yeah, he was the difference maker.
Abnormally, Dis wants to know how he can goad Godwin's wife to post on IG so he gets some targets. Just tag her, say it's unbelievable. The best receiver in this game is not getting targeted.
Moretto says that you are going to be hosting the AFC Championship game as
Fucking
repayment for the
this guy's playing 3D chess. This guy set it up from the beginning. He didn't even compliment me. I don't even think he watched my rant. He said, "Here's an opportunity."
Yeah. Actually, we had a team meeting to discuss content for the Hammer going forwards. And he actually threw you directly under the bus. He said, like, if these types of rants came from anyone, any of our other content creators that people actually care about,
wow,
then we would really blow up. Moretto's words, not mine.
Fucking guy, eh?
He just flat out said it. He said, we need Pizzola doing this. We need Knish doing this. You know, we need Eager doing this kind of stuff. George is the wrong guy.
I agree. I think Eager ripped off a rant about suboptimal coaching decisions. I think we could get some traction.
Not a mass market rant, though. He needs to like really, really rip into a specific person. The Eagles cannot tackle anyone, by the way. Which game was I watching where nobody could tackle? I think it was the Rams last night. The Eagles cannot. There's the Godwin catch, by the way, AD.
Oh, yeah. You know how many Amon-Ra St. Brown gains went from like 10 yards to 20? And as a person on the Rams, I was very frustrated at some point.
I was, but you know what, George? We got the cover, and that one's an extra special, extra sweet cover because I had the moron brigade out yesterday telling me about all the public on the Rams. Everyone before the game started picked the Rams on the, to win the game. That's got to be offside, no? Ooh, I think they stuffed them. Thought the Eagles were offside there. 4th and 1. No, it's good. Good timing. Good timing.
This is what Hammer creator could do the best rant? Feinberg? Yeah, I can see Feinberg with a Brandon Staley rant.
So actually Hitman. Because Hitman grew up on wrestling and really like he'll take on the wrestler persona in a rant.
What wrestler would he rant as? That'd be interesting.
He looks like IRS, Erwin R. Scheister. Do you remember him?
I do.
Fuck, you know what? I want to go as IRS for Halloween this year.
You have to look too. You could do it.
What the hell does that mean?
It looks like you would break my balls about my income and how I'm getting it in the question about it.
This is the sickest short sleeve white shirt. I really have to do some fucking bicep curls though over the course of the summer here. Red suspenders, tie, the briefcase. Oh,
I love
absolute banger.
Him and DiBiase. That was the underrated pairing.
The floral tie is something I've never seen before. It looks fantastic. I love that.
I love that. Was it? Oh man, what was Mike Rotunda? Is that what his name was?
Mike Rotunda. His son is Bray Wyatt, who passed away.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
Wow, that was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Big boss man. That could be you, George. I'm trying to think of the most offensive. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. Who fucking wore? Who wore the one piece? The onesie there. Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, I like Bam Bam.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
And Bam Bam was a bad motherfucker too.
He was. Yeah. You know what? You actually, if you put on a fucking mask too, you could pull off Vader. You could pull off Vader, bro.
Yeah, Vader was my guy.
You remember when they went back? I don't remember what event it was, but I think it was Vader against. It might have been Psycho Sid Vicious, and it was like who had the better power bomb because Sid's was really high, but Vader had the power.
Here's a fun fact about Vader, because I listen to wrestling podcasts. He was the smelliest wrestler ever. He never washed his gear. No one wanted to work with him. He got called out several times to go wash his gear. I happen to have impeccable hygiene. I smell fantastic.
You do visit the salons quite frequently, so I do believe you. I do believe you. Fuck, Baker's dying to throw a pick in this game at this point. 4th down at the 30-yard line. You think we'll see something stupid where they try to draw them offside for no reason? No, I don't. Could happen. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, Jason. What did I do to you, man?
That's easy when you're a fan of no teams to rip on the people that cheer for teams.
Oh, look at you. You get too emotionally invested into a team that never rewards you.
How are these USC quarterbacks doing in the NFL? Anyone got an update?
One overall.
That's good. Yeah, we'll see how he does in the NFL. They all get drafted high, Jason. They all get drafted high, and then they all shit the bed.
Listen, when Brock Purdy gets hurt next week and Sam Darnold comes in and slings that fucking rock like he did back at USC.
I mean, he barely lost to the Rams backups. He lost to the Rams backups merely 1 week ago.
Oh, come on. They were down. He was down so bad already in that game. Like Brock Purdy dug a hole for him. He dug a hole for him.
Merely one. What do you mean?
Darnold
started the whole game.
He lost to Carson Wentz and the backup Rams.
Yeah, because they were all the bad plays were out then. He was a scapegoat for that game. He was a scapegoat.
2018, Sam Darnold. 2016, Cody Kessler. 2013, Matt Barkley. 2009, 5th overall pick, Mark Sanchez.
He's a stud. 2008,
John David Booty.
Go
How about 2006, 10th overall, Matt Leinart?
Yep.
2005, Matt Castle, 7th round. I mean, I guess he outperformed his 7th round. He hung around in the league.
Yeah.
Carson Palmer, 1st overall, 2003. 1995, Rob Johnson.
Matt Leinart, though, he was the cause of one of the best rants we ever got from an NFL coach.
My stat guy just pulled this one. Sanchez is one.
The Bears are who we thought they were. That was a Matt Leinart special.
That was I remember exactly where I was that night, playing 6 tables of online poker at once, and just pissing my pants watching that clip.
Yeah, because you bet did you bet that game?
I probably did, but at that time I was such a bad bettor.
Yeah, me too. I was on the Bears, and because back then you love every favorite.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what I was on because I literally bet every game that was on. Like I couldn't.
I'm pretty sure it was a primetime game, so you definitely.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
I think it was Monday Night Football because I wouldn't typically play poker on the weekends, so I think it was a Monday Night Football game. But I would win a lot of money playing online poker.
Where'd you grind? Oh, you played online. I grinded in person poker.
You look like a grinder, George. That's what the G stands for.
Yeah, it wasn't very good though.
I like to play more in person than I did online, but I was making a lot of money online. The problem is all the money I was making online, I was then losing to local bookmakers. Yeah. Why, George? I had this big theory that if you faded the public, Vegas always wins. All you got to do is fade the public. What is the public like in this game? What is the public betting? Do the opposite. And I'll tell you how that worked out. Very poorly. Very poorly. I'm a big fan of this, by the way. Grinder stack.
Oh, when you were calling me a grinder, were you inferring that I've got that app on my phone? Is that what you're doing, Rob?
I was not. I wouldn't do that to you, George. I wouldn't take you out for a fucking soup for lunch and tell you that's it, bud. There's your meal. I don't know what just happened on this play. It's got to be like illegal man downfield. It's the only thing that this could possibly be. Vegas did take me to Value Town, James. It took me to Value Town.
Are you a casino or do you still dump at the casino? And if you don't, what did you used to play? Because I lost a lot of money at the casino.
So I lose money at the casino, but I'm well aware of what I'm doing. So like I do it as a form of entertainment. I say that in all seriousness. I know going in what the expectation is. I'm not one of those guys that's there and like, I got this Baccarat system, like I can throw the craps dice. Like, no, I know the odds of the games.
You're also not a plus EV purist. You're like, let me have some fun.
Yes, exactly. So it depends. I like to play blackjack personally, but I'll play any casino game.
Blackjack and roulette. I love it.
When I'm down, I typically will go to the roulette table, when I'm with friends, I love to shoot craps. That's my favorite.
I don't know how to play craps. I think it'd be the funnest game, and I don't know. Well, it's not that it's difficult. I'm sure if I took all of 5 minutes to read up the rules, I could figure it out. But
it's not tough. You can play free craps online. You learn the game in like 10 minutes.
You know what I do for entertainment, and I know that it's just burning money. I love betting Jordan Spieth outrights in golf, and I love betting on Ferrari in Formula One. I already know when I click that button, I am going to get the most entertaining waste of money that's possible.
So Julio held on to this ball, but my God, did he take a shot from McCollum here?
Is that his second catch?
Oh yeah, it's cooked.
If he dropped it and
he left the game.
Yeah.
No. We're not getting into this conversation again, George.
All right. I'm just making sure. Temperature check.
I would hope he was okay, but not okay enough to come back into the game. If you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Ben asked me, what made you a bad bettor and how did it change? I'm still learning. I'll tell you what made me a bad bettor. What made me a bad bettor is I had no edge. But not only did I not have an edge, I was playing maximum volume. So all the losses would add up a lot quicker. Typically speaking, if you don't have an edge and you're not doing something to gain an edge, you want to play low volume. But really, I just didn't have any resources to know differently. Everything I would search about sports betting pretty much led me down a bad path. The only time I figured it out was after I stopped and said, I'm not doing this to myself anymore. And I'm going to try to figure this out with math. And that somehow worked. That's the Rob Pizzola story. Julio thought he was on the Bucs again. Julio thinks he's Roddy White right now. These are so good. Oh, I used to love Roddy White, man.
Me too. There was a contingent of underrated receivers for a while. Jimmy Smith Jr. from Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Smith.
Joe Horn, Roddy White. I loved all these guys.
Oh no. Big play. Big play, George.
What are we talking here?
We're talking 55 yards.
Oh my God.
That was a dime. I got to tell you.
He's been getting cooked a lot this year too. Jamel Dean. He is not the guy that he was.
You know what though? He did get cooked there. But it's when you watch the replay, it's the safety that really he kind of thought he had more safety help than the safety gave him.
I think they both misjudged Devontae's speed or their desire to go that deep.
Mm-hmm. I'm not liking what I'm seeing at the moment.
No, this game got uncomfortable again.
It did. It did. The sphincter has tightened, but I'm not like what I see.
I agree, Josh. I think Joe Horn has the greatest celebration of all time.
Love that was the best.
Yeah,
the cell phone.
Yeah. Well, what's number two? Because I think Terrell Owens signing the ball is like the 1B to Joe Horn's 1A, but I still think Horn's was the best.
Randy Moss fake mooning the Packers fans.
Okay, that was good.
Yes.
The Cowboy one too. T.O. is good.
Yeah. But the Randy Moss fake moon always gets me because of how disgusted Joe Buck was on that play.
Yeah.
That was a disgusting act by on, people.
Can you pull up a list of the 10 greatest celebrations of all time? I think that'd be interesting to revisit. Not a video list, just a written list.
They had offside on the PAT. I don't think Hurts got this. He didn't. Wow, they went for the tush push for a 2-point conversion.
That's nice.
And they stopped them. Wow.
Love it. Love it. That's when, the season's coming unglued.
That's it, man. They got a big boy right in the middle there.
It looked like one of those defenders was grabbing like literally all over the face mask.
Around the
or
helmet.
like underneath the helmet.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I thought he was grabbing the collar. No,
maybe it was the collar. But it
wasn't
looked like he
close.
was all over it. Because it looked like Jalen Hurts' body was literally just folding. Like his legs were and his head were going the same way.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a results-based analysis question, I'll tell you. The Eagles are a very, 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 very high percentage team at converting 1 yard. And after that offside takes the extra point from the 2-point conversion from the 2 to the 1. It's just like, I mean, what percentage chance do you give the Eagles of getting 1 yard? It's got to be like 80% or higher. You could argue that they could go for 2 almost every time, even with a tush push.
That's Vita Vea. That's why he gets paid what he gets paid.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the best.
No,
Homer Jones, get out of here. The first end zone spike.
and
Okay, Cam Newton.
Yeah, but
These are repeatable. Like the same with the Aaron Rodgers belt. Like it's a smart sell.
talking about like one-time creative celebrations, Jason.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who made that list? That was Joe Buck made that list. He said,
"Oh yeah,
and all the shenanigans." That one, the number 3 on that list was Marvin Harrison hands the ball to. All right, all right. Tiger Woods chat. I remember this when he putted the ball.
Oh, the putter. Yeah, that was
awesome.
I'm pretty sure this was he got flagged for that, did he not? Because that was part of like the no props era.
Me sign is great. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, those are good. Chad Johnson was great with the
his volume of creative was some of the best.
What's not great is the rate at which you're scrolling here, Jason.
Yeah,
let's keep it moving, but we don't have all fucking stream to go through this. Santa Claus pulled out a sack of autographed jerseys.
I don't remember this one. Babysitter Steve when he wiped the that was, you know what? That was too much. That was
We're gonna skip number 6. Number 6 never happened. I don't want to ever talk about that again.
Moons the crowd.
Yep.
Hall of Fame class. I like that. Chad Johnson proposal. This is the Chad Johnson list. Oh, all right. So we agreed on 1 and 2. We knew that had to be the 2.
Yeah. Phone home. Oh man, classic. Joe Horn.
Loved it. I thought the Chad Johnson with the pom poms. I thought that was underrated. I'm surprised that wasn't on the list.
Yeah. He's got a lot of good ones. Yeah, in terms of individual, like repeatable ones. Yeah, sure. The Superman, the belt.
I like the coordinated ones too, where teammates.
The Dirty Bird. The popcorn. Get your popcorn ready.
God, I love Terrell. Can I tell you, like, I miss Terrell Owens. His rant, they'd love to hate me, but it don't matter because I love me some me. Oh, when I hear that, that's like if I'm entering a beer pong tournament, Rob, I play that Terrell Owens clip and I start believing I'm him,
You do beer pong? I thought you only drink the hard stuff, George.
Yeah, we do. We used to do beer pong tournaments and it was so fun. We had a Halloween one where everyone had to dress up in tandem. I probably have the pictures. Let me see if I can find one. I might have to pull up my old Facebook page.
Jason was right on this Hurts sneak here. They literally tried to pull the helmet off of his head, and it wouldn't come off. It looked like a hyperextended neck is what it looked like to me there. Oh, God.
We even had a group chat and we had like a tournament. We had a trophy. It was awesome. We would do like a quarterly beer pong tournament.
Doesn't sound all that great. Not awesome. I wouldn't use the adjective awesome.
Why, you never liked beer pong?
Yeah, that's fine.
What?
Not that I call it like a awesome thing to have 4 times a year a game of beer pong.
With tournament, not one game.
I guess.
I mean,
tournaments make everything better.
Yeah, but it's like the competitive aspect. It's the social aspect.
Yep.
There's a lot of fun stuff.
Yep. We're going to go to the 2-minute warning here. 16-9. Baker just delivered a laser to Kate Otten. Who was late on that Bradbury, right? Yeah, what else is new? Classic.
Oh fuck, I have some videos where I like freaked out to like got in fights with people over like controversial calls. I wish I could
controversial beer pong calls.
Yeah. Like if
you play where you can blow the ball out.
Yeah. And I said the dumbest rule, we need to eliminate it because it's the one thing where it's subjective and you can lead to arguments.
Yeah, I hear you. It is a tough, you need like a real official for that. Also, if you play with like the quick bounce shot, but you could swat it away.
Yeah.
That just leads to some asshole and knocking down all the beers.
Yeah. Well, if you knock down the beers, you lose. That was our thing. Or those cups get eliminated. So people had to be a little bit careful.
I am a big fan of the sneak quick shot move.
Mm.
You could say I'm almost perfected it as an art.
We made it cost you 2 cups when you bounced it in. Also, if you make the same cup, both of you as the teammates, it's 3 cups removed. I don't know if you played by the same rules.
Yeah, depends on who I play with.
It's the pyramid, right? So if we both make our shot, we take the 2 cups off and we get the balls back. And also, if you nail the same cup, 3 cups go off the board.
Well, we got G-Strack back today. Want some hummus and some souvlaki.
Fucking guy.
What's your go-to re-rack? Are you allowed to re-rack?
I just want the line. The line.
Oh, line. You want that line.
1, 2, 3. Because you're aiming in the same area and you're aiming for the middle cup. And whether you're long or short, your margin to miss is a lot less.
I re-rack at diamond.
Yeah, that's fair.
You re-rack at 4. We don't re-rack till 3. That was our strategy.
That's how you do it in the Greek hoods, man.
Is it no re-rack allowed until 3 or just
no? People can
do the way
re-rack from 4 and less.
Okay. Have you guys ever seen the flagpole re-rack?
Yes, where the ones to the side.
Yeah,
yes,
shit's unhinged.
It's got to be some real sick fucks that play like that. You're a real sick person to play like that. Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of the diamond, but if you're only going to go at 3, then you can't do that.
Free 88 said it right? A great shooter misses long or short, not right or left. Exactly. If you're accurate, it doesn't matter your power. You're going to get 1 of the 3. And
tell that to Tua, bud.
Oh, wow. Just waited to the end to kick me out the door. So in radio, we used to call it, there's a radio host we had, Jerry Hagar, and he would basically bring on government officials and yell at them. He's like tax hater, conservative, love the guy. And his special move was the kick out the door. Just as they're finishing, he throw in one last comment. And all right, thank you to the minister for joining us.
Beautiful. Julio being evaluated for a concussion. Truly surprising turn of events, George. Truly surprising.
Can I throw something out there on that last play? Was that not a business decision from Chris Godwin not going up to try and catch that ball?
It definitely, he could have laid out a little further. And then
he would have been destroyed.
Man. Just catch the ball, Rashad White. Like, this is the worst. Eagles got 3 timeouts. I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now. Very uncomfortable, George.
You know, it's like, when has Baker ever won a spread going away, right? Baker is there for maximum sweat. Whenever you bet him, you know what you're in for. Either way, too, right? He gives you enough hope, too, that you're never out of it.
The level of comfort for me right now, it's very low. It's like when you're in a sauna and you drop a fart and you know people are going to pick up on you because that thing just wafts in there, you know?
Have you ever dropped one with no one around and someone walks? It happened at school once with a teacher, and I had to like like they're walking towards me. We make eye contact. I get up immediately and walk opposite direction, like I'm in a hurry to grab a book.
Yep. I mean, she knew it was you. Let's just call it up for what it is.
Of course.
Yeah.
The elevator's the worst. You get
Elevator is tough. You get in, it's just
you're good. If there's 10 floors, you're good. It'll air out. Problem is when the guy 2 floors below you is also about to jump on.
It's tough. That's why you got to drop it on the way out. That's the pro move.
Yeah. Or not fart in an elevator. That seems
well. That's the time that you gotta let it go. Oh no, Baker's going down. Baker's going down. He's mad, very mad at Brandon Graham. Oh, there's our guy Godicke. What was his name again? Goducky,
yeah.
Goducky. He's in there. He's mixing it up right now. Well, it looked and felt a little bit too easy at one point. But you know what? I did say this year, George, I don't celebrate stuff till the game's over. I'm not going to be that guy. Not going to be that guy.
Do you think Patrick Mahomes did a seance before the Bills game when all those injuries came in? Because that guy's definitely sold his soul. There's no way.
Something's going on there.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, but they got I mean, they got hosed the last time they played Buff. Well, not hosed. Kadarius Toney was offside, but like again, that's just like never called in the history of the NFL. So we'll see.
And then the NFL to show, hey, this is a thing.
Oh, it was a muffed punt, but he recovered it. I'm sorry, I got really excited there. I cut you off. Apologies. I don't know. Couldn't control myself.
No, I
premature celebration right there.
Gave me some optimism.
Mm-hmm. So this will be what, 16-16 at the half, or?
No, I think Bucs will play a little bit of a softer defense and try to bleed out the clock. You know what I hate? When a team's up by 2 scores, with 5 minutes to go, and they get torched deep. It's like, listen, you idiots. Let them get a touchdown, but make it take 3 minutes to do it, right? Don't give it to them in 1 minute, like, because now you're in a real game because you didn't play a little bit of a and don't do it when you have a 1-score lead, but do it when you have a 2-score lead and now you have the clock on your side. Like, play a little bit back.
It's my lovely wife bringing me another tea here tonight. Sore throat. Got to power through, George. Yelling at the TV yesterday.
I don't know how
yelling at
do the live stream after. There's no way I could have done that in a million years.
It actually helped.
It's the whole somebody dies, go right back to work, distract you.
If it was getting like when I started live, I kind of just did my 10-minute thing, went off on the Cowboys. I don't even remember even giving out per Lions Rams props because I was like, you're
in a dizzy haze.
Yeah, but like I sat, the game ended pretty early. There was like 40 minutes in between games. And I basically just sat down on my couch for about 20 minutes. And I'm like, I gotta message people and get someone else to do the stream. And then like 5 minutes went by and I'm like, I don't think I could do this. Like I'm just not in the mood. And it kept going and going. And then it just got there. And I started and I did it. And then 20 minutes into the it just kind of almost forgot about it. It was
we've been here before, Rob. This isn't new. We're fucking Cowboys, Leafs, Dolphin fans, Jays fans. This is Ohtani pretending he was going to sign with us is 10 years ago in my mind now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the people are making the soup jokes right now. I got to keep the vocal cords good, people. I'm doing a lot of content. I'm recording Circles Off tomorrow.
Make sure Alex doesn't get you this soup or else you're going to owe him one.
I plan on recording with Gambling Frank Costanza tomorrow. The guy has been roasting me for like 2 years on Twitter. So it'll be interesting to see if he's my best friend tomorrow like the rest of the guys who come on that after roasting me for years, or if he's going to be harsh and aggressive.
It's a lot easier to be mean online than it is when you actually have to see the person.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. We'll see what happens.
You know, like if we ever did a Hammer meet and greet, you know, all these people who give me a hard time, you know, I don't think they would give me a hard time in person. I think they would come up and say, you know, big dog, really love your stuff.
I would hire you for security personally, George. You wouldn't be part of the meet and greet.
Well,
You would just be doing the security outside.
They would probably be a lot less difficult than they are in chat, probably. Well, some of them, right? So, Rob, I was going to ask you, what's it like being both a Cowboys and Leafs fan?
Oh, it sucks, man. You don't have to ask me. You already know the answer. This is the journalism 101.
I'm starting to think Jason is G-Strack Zeke in the comments here.
Journalism 101. You don't ask questions that you already know the answer to unless the audience doesn't already know the answer as well. However, these people all know it sucks. You know it sucks.
I'm just, if I'm being honest, journalism in the new age. You might have taken journalism 101 way back when, but I took journalism in the new age, and it's all about those click, 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 click.
I didn't take journalism 101. I got hired because I used to call into shows, call into a radio station and give picks, and they were looking for some cheap labor. That's basically what it came down to. Yeah.
Fair enough. I think also someone in the chat, they were asking you how to become a better. I dropped Circles Off in the chat. You mentioned them earlier. Go check out Circles Off. And if anything, go back to go on Spotify, go on Apple Music, and go all the way to the start of Circles Off. Cause I find the real in-depth stuff is at the you guys really went deep in those first.
The first 10 episodes were a very, very educational type of format. And they still are very applicable today. Mm-hmm. However, I would encourage you to watch our YouTube channel because they pay us more for the ads.
Yes.
But if you can only listen, no problem. We'll take that as well. However,
and if you're gonna watch a more recent episode and you're only gonna listen, make sure you do it phone in pocket, YouTube open, so we can get that revenue as well, please. I do that all the time.
If you got unlimited data, your company provides you with a data plan. There's no sense in putting on Spotify when you can put on YouTube, and we can get that.
And also disable your ad blocker. You can, if you want to hit me up, you can help out the show by disabling it just for the show page. So it's a little helpful tip if you want to give us a little boost. Anyways, enough shilling for me.
There's no way he just caught that ball. That was Devontae Smith. Would have been an incredible catch. Eagles have used all their timeouts, which is nice.
That's beautiful.
So they've kind of
fun little sack or idiot gets tackled inbounds. Oh, is that not the one of the most frustrating things things that you love is when the guy forgets to go out of bounds?
It makes me really want to hurt someone. It makes me really want to hurt someone. I see this comment by Alex here. You don't know about this, George, but this morning I woke up. And I typed into our Hammer full team chat, major emergency. Our Circles Off channel is gone. Was getting a not found on YouTube. I was waking up the DMs of hey, trying to find the episode. And I went into I would call it a panic attack. I did not take very kindly to what was going on.
Yeah.
And can't give the exact details of what happened. I mean, I can, but I'm choosing not to. Could say there was a fuck up of sorts. No one I'm going to point fingers at. Just a catastrophic series of events that happened. And we ended up getting back up and running.
I like Dylan's version of what happened. Let's go with that as the official version.
Anyone go check out the meet and greet yesterday with Simon and Chad? Was anyone there for that one?
Yeah, I'd love to hear how that went. Any good bets they shared?
Yeah,
wasn't Hitman supposed to go? He said he was going to go. No, was Hitman? Did Hitman say he was going to go?
Hitman is in New Jersey.
No,
Clive is as well.
Hitman said, "Let's bet $100K on the Bills, and then against the Bills, and go throw snowballs." So they can get
that was Hitman. You know what?
That's
I swear to God, guys, I had the exact same thought. I was thinking in my head, as soon as somebody said to me, there's going to be a 15-yard penalty enforced on the play if a snowball is thrown by a Bills fan, my first thought was like, well, why wouldn't I just bet the Steelers and buy big time money, get a bunch of people to show up in one section with Bills gear and just fire snowballs for most of the game from that section?
Yeah.
You could also easily have plants around the stadium and just pay them like $20. They paid them dirt cheap to shovel the stadium. You can get Bills fans on your payroll here, give them $20 and say, guys, now.
Yeah.
And it can be a coordinated attack around the stadium.
Someone ripped some snowballs at Pickens in the end zone at the end. And there was no penalty on that play.
There was no penalty.
There was two solid snowballs.
You know, the origin of it was the Miami game, right?
Of course.
Last year, Christmas.
I bet the Dolphins in that game. I was laughing it up in that game.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
Quick second half thoughts. I see Jamil says, I like second half over if numbers 21 or less. I personally do not, just because Tampa tends to really try to milk these leads more than they should. Although I will say they've been more aggressive today, so maybe that's going to turn a little bit. But second half line is 22 at Pinnacle, juice to the over. 22 over minus 120. Eagles minus 3.5, minus 114 second half. Who got the ball first here?
I'm pretty sure the Bucs, and they marched.
Bucs did.
They marched down for the field goal, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a good look here. I don't really have a good look.
If you guys have no good look for this second half, can we just quickly touch on that whatever the Blazer no shirt buddy on TV is doing right now? I don't know if you guys saw that. Guy on the panel, the deepest V I've ever seen. Not Scott Van Pelt, the guy beside him.
Let me see.
I'm
just rewinding right now to see this.
It is aggressive. He's no shirt.
A deep
Blazer,
V.
no shirt.
Check Twitter. It should be on Twitter already.
You're right.
I'm surprised it's not.
I don't know what his name was though.
It's an ESPN panel, right?
Ryan.
Yeah.
Clark.
Is it Ryan Clark?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It is aggressive.
No, it's not. It's not no shirt. It's a very similarly colored shirt to his skin. Sorry, Jason, but this is it's over for you.
You are
for you, bud.
You are canceled.
Thanks for coming out. Listen.
That was a short media career, Jason.
It took me. I had to pause to see it, but he does have a shirt. Tough break for Jason. For him to go out like this and not to go out because of all the pornographic comments from earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Hey, come on. Like I picked the worst day to do this too. Like fuck. Like
I'll defend you. I'll defend you because of what it looks like. But porn guy, unfortunately.
Jason, you might have to call up Johnny Sins and see if you can go get your position back as a fluffer.
Yeah. Oh my, a fluffer! Holy smokes!
And
I'm
you know
canceled
what?
Guy now.
And you know what, Bob Thompson? I saw this as well. It's not just Jason Sins here that gets canceled.
I appreciate
Bobby
that.
Thompson.
Robert
Bobby's
Thompson.
got my back.
You're going with him.
The 0.5%. That's not my burner account. Don't look at his chat.
You know what? Let's. You know what, Jason? All people deserve a fair, trial by their peers. Why don't you put up a poll and ask if you should be canceled or not? Let the males weigh in here.
I agree. This is a democracy. Yeah, we talked about this last night.
Yeah, because Rob and I can't be dictators here and determine your fate. I'd like your jury how much support you have.
Because on top of that, it's usually a loud minority that likes to cancel, and the silent majority tends to be like against this, right? So,
well, minority. That's you got to pick your words a little. bit. Jesus,
this is a joke. What's happening right now?
You're melting down, sir.
I've never seen someone crumble under the pressure like this, except for Dak and Tua this weekend.
Fuck. Hey, every quarterback played good this weekend except ours. And Joe Flacco, you mean Cleve.
Oh my God, man. Unreal. Yeah, this is tough.
I wonder how that poll's going. Did we have a quick run or what, Jason?
I already going to make some assumptions as to how that poll's going to go.
Poll is posted. It's a battle right now for. I shout out to everyone voting no. You could easily vote yes for the memes, but like everyone voting no, you are real ones right now. I appreciate people.
You have Porn Guy has
corner.
more support in the chat than we know.
We have determined the demographics of our chat, though, if you recall, right? We've talked about this many times before. George, I don't know if you know this, but 20% of the nails have done hard time before. Not like I'm talking hard time. Hard time. So it's not surprising that people would just like,
Well, why do you think I'm so loved? I'm amongst friends in this chat here.
Yo, you said you did some time in the clink, huh?
Well, I've never done time in the clink, but define hard time.
Well, in your business, it's very different.
Yeah. Jason is different. He's done a lot of hard time.
80% convicted. I ain't no snitch.
Just jumping in here. Barry Horse has nothing for the second half of this game. Just thought.
Nothing from Barry Horse.
Does Barry Horse pay the channel to announce his second half bets or what?
You know what? He's a good. Did you catch Barry Horse's appearance fourth quarter last game?
I didn't because when I sweat bets, watch alongs are very difficult for me.
Understood.
Even like Monday Night Football, I love the Manning cast, except when I have a bet on the game, I need Buck and Aikman.
Yeah. You don't have to lie. If you think Barry Horse is a piece of shit, you can just say it, man.
I love his episode. Especially when as soon as I can see the Bitcoin conversation start, I go pop an edible and I get lost for an hour,
It's a good move. So I keep the pen on me at all times. I almost accidentally always smoke the real pen, which Roxy Roxborough gave this to me. My camera is not going to be good enough to pick this up. It says,
Rob, if you put your hand behind the camera, it will pick it up easy. Or behind the pen, it should.
May the odds be with you, Roxy.
May the odds be with you, Roxy.
That's awesome.
This was also the last time I ever saw Dink as well. So this is very meaningful. Meaningful pen for me.
Barry Horse was torching Tua. What the fuck?
He was roasting Tua. He absolutely tore. He basically said that he has been waiting for that spot for Tua to bet against him for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now
he waited till the whole fucking roster was injured, and it was a fucking blizzard. To do that again if we're at home, Barry Horse, do that again.
Got to be careful with those gestures. You don't know when they're going to end up on the internet.
I said, do that again, Barry Horse.
Barry Horse was doing that on the stream, though. He was just doing it with like this, like with the salt shaker.
He did the salt shaker. So he actually cracked some salt directly into his mouth. Mm-hmm. He also was drinking straight honey over the course of the some very unusual stuff happening in Costa Rica. Like, I know some shit goes down in Costa Rica usually, but people drinking honey, cracking salt into their mouth, I don't know. But I agree with Comet here. I believe you're too sensitive, George, when it comes
I'm not.
You really are, though.
You know what that tells me? I do a really good job of playing into it. I'm very much in a lot of facets of life apathetic. I don't like getting in fights online. Yeah, I was steaming though. I did get in a fight on Saturday.
Yep. What happened to the guy that started talking to you for 20 minutes in the sauna today? I bet you beat him up. Probably got upset. Right? Apathetic guy, huh? Don't like.
I have to switch gyms because if I get caught in the sauna with that guy again, it is not happening.
I don't know why I found this so funny. Barry Horse has killed multiple people without a doubt. I mean, there was some peculiar behavior there. I'm not gonna say, but even my guy Joey Grayble's a very good judge of character. I remember when he first met me, he says, "Listen, I really like you, but I know you're a scumbag piece of shit." I said, "You're bang on, Joey," and I think the people they're finding you a little too sensitive, George. You've gone soft on us.
Listen up, Joey. All right. If I ever see you on the mini golf court, grass, the mini golf course,
it's carpet. We call it the carpet on the pro tour.
You are in trouble, my friend.
We call it the carpet on the pro tour. All right, George. I know you got some moussaka and souvlaki and stuff to get
Who's
to.
follow-
After the
is it
show.
is it eager after me?
Yeah.
So you saved all the like good, interesting football topics. You saved all the smart stuff for him, eh?
Well, he was we got some stuff to talk about. He was in Detroit. He privately told me, and I told him I wasn't going to bring this up, but he was very upset that Knish didn't reach out to him to organize something while he was in Detroit, which I think is actually
So not only does Knish like flake on events that he promises to do, he let Eric alone in Detroit without saying, "Hey, let's go for a drink."
I think Knish is actually really taking it to heart. He was, a couple months ago, he's super proud when Hit the Books had more followers than Circles Off and Forward Progress. And now that it's gone the other way around, because our channels tend to win more than they lose, unlike Hit the Books, he's not having it.
Yeah, well, if Eric comes to Toronto, Eric, we will go out for steaks, not soups like Alex Moretto.
Yeah. And if it's a real good night, Steels Royale afterwards for the boys.
Mrs. Cypress.
All right. Later,
George. Take care, guys.
G-Stack George, everyone. I wonder if Eric's going to have his voice after the game yesterday. We'll soon find out. Eric Eager, Sumer Sports. How are things?
Things are good, man. I still have my voice. I don't really cheer much at games, but that was a hell of an atmosphere.
I did wake up this morning rather late and noticed I got a 3 a.m. message from Eric Eager. So I was like, wow, I don't know that this guy's going to end up actually doing this stream tonight. If things work.
I did not sleep because so when I booked everything, I forgot today was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so my meetings were pretty like scant all day. So, but I wanted to get back before work. So I booked my flight at 5 a.m. Well, like Detroit's never won a playoff game. So no one knows apparently how to get out of a parking garage. And so we were stuck there. And so I literally went from, the stadium to where I was staying to the airport home. So I had to sleep mostly. I slept during the Bills-Steelers game for half of that, which I think was apropos.
Underground parking garage that you were in?
It was above ground. It was at the MGM there in Detroit.
Yeah. A few weeks back, we did like a January 6th, we did a Hammer, the Toronto guys, like a little get-together. We were out with Feinberg as well. And unfortunately, I didn't realize there was a Travis Scott concert that night. And I'd parked in underground parking at Scotiabank Arena. That will be the first and last time that ever happens again. Because I was just basically on the bottom floor waiting for 2 hours to get out of the park. I took a nap in the car. What the hell am I going to do?
I have, and I forgot because I was with Tej, my colleague, but also my friend, and he drove because that's where he's from. And like, I think that's just like what they do. But I generally, like, I just Uber. At this point, if I'm going to pay hundreds of dollars for a ticket, what's like $60 more, right? Like, so, and usually like the hack, the plus EV play is just like walk a mile out away from the stadium, hail the Uber, and then you miss traffic. Right. And that's like pretty easy, but everybody else has a different and wrong opinion.
Yep. I totally get it. Loudest game you've ever been to, I would assume?
I went to the Metrodome was louder when I was a kid.
Wow.
But
spitting right in the face of the Lions fans.
No, but it was, I will say, other than the Super Bowl that the Chiefs won against the Niners, it's the best sporting event I've ever been to yesterday. Like from the moment we walked in, like 2 hours before the game, it was like no one could shut up the whole time. It was great.
I believe that 9 months from now, there will be a lot of children that are born in Detroit after last night's game.
A lot of little Knishes running around.
A lot of little Joeys unleashing their dog shit all over the neighborhood and not picking it up. Yeah, quite a game. Rams get the cover too for your best. And it honestly could not have worked out any better for you.
Well, that's what when I walked, basically everybody from the Hammer messaged me, goes, didn't that game work out perfectly for him? I'm like, yeah, perfectly. That was a perfect outcome.
Yeah, you hate winning your bets and like cheering against the home crowd. And I saw you with the Restore the Roar shirt on. So like, yeah, you want to be part of that, but you also want to win the cash.
Yeah, I mean, like I went on DetroitLions.com, like literally the team sanctioned website, and like called my shot last year. And so like I want the team to do well. But yeah, I mean, I thought that number was a bit high, and ultimately, I don't know. What did you think? Like that game, Stafford was so like, if Stafford doesn't make that throw to Demarcus Robinson backed up on like 3rd and 15, that game could have been over.
It could have, but like Stafford played really well,
Yes,
considering he also came back in with a concussion and continued to play extremely well.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is Russell Wilson, just taller and more Midwestern, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a good comp. Yeah. Did you so in real time at the game, yes, Bucks get home on 3rd down here. All right. In real time at the game, were you like aware that Matt Stafford got concussed on the field?
You don't see like the home, like you don't ever see those hits that you see on TV there, especially if it could be a penalty on the home team. Like they never put it up on the. So I saw Wentz running around like an idiot on the sideline a bunch, and then I looked at Twitter, and that's kind of how I figured out that like he had taken a big hit. But no, I was kind of in the end zone too. So unless you're on one of the sidelines, it's kind of hard. You're not looking at the sideline ever, right? Unless you're looking to see if Sammy Ports. By the way, did you see Sammy Ports pregame? He tried to jump after his touchdown. He clearly couldn't run.
I mean, it's actually pretty impressive that he scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
He ended up one-on-one. I can't remember who was covering him on the play. It was like a D lineman. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I guess they figured he was really toast if they were going to put someone that slow on him. But yeah,
I was looking at him pregame and they didn't have him do anything. It was kind of, but he played 80% of the snaps. And I actually thought like he looked okay for how, like when they called starting lineups, he lumbered out there. It was like it wasn't great.
I got to tell you, to me, like it sounds really dumb, but I guess I just really resonate, or his accomplishment of playing last night really hits home with me because of the fact that I've personally suffered a bone bruise like right above my knee before, and it was excruciating for me to walk after like a week. I could barely bend my leg. That's incredibly impressive. Like incredibly impressive. Yeah. Guys got major balls to have played yesterday.
My one is turf toe. I had turf toe in college, and I played through it because I was trying to like win a starting spot, and I couldn't run straight for like a month. It's the worst injury I've ever had.
Yeah. Can we get some leans, guys? Over under 48. I don't like. Yeah, I'm double checking if that's what he's referring to at the moment. It has to be. Yeah, well, it's down now to 47-ish. Depends on the book.
It doesn't appear that the Eagles have figured anything out defensively. It's just like Baker has missed, or there have been drops, right?
Agreed. And he just missed. I mean, he almost made a great play, but then missed Rachaad White wide open here on 2nd and 7 after scrambling around for 3 days.
I think he looks healthier than I anticipated him being.
Same. And honestly, like it's pretty surprising to me how much they've thrown the ball today in like neutral finally, it's like we got a defense that really can't defend the pass. Maybe we'll throw. I mean, 13 of 27 doesn't look that great, but it does feel like he's played a lot better than that.
Well, and Evans dropped that deep ball. I think he looks phenomenal. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mushed it, but yeah, I think he looked for him. This is the good form of him.
Yeah, I would agree. Eagles, they're occasionally going to still be. Did they only rush 3 here? I'm trying to. No, it was 4. They did that. They just blew up the right side of the line of scrimmage there. The
Nolan
right tackle
looks tiny for being a first. Like I have. Wow, he looks tiny out there. Nolan, the first round pick from Georgia.
The right tackle for Tampa Bay. First name Luke, Last name starts with a G. Are you familiar with the pronunciation of his last name?
No.
Any guesses?
All right, No. Let me try here. Like it.
Because me and George went back and forth on this.
Okay. Let me look at the lineup here. Okay, so Getty.
One more time.
Getty. Gadecki.
Geducky is what it is.
Gadecki. Okay, yeah.
Geducky.
Because like I went to high school. One of my friends was like it gets if you go Goetze, right?
Yeah.
So the GOE
That's
is
Getsy. Yeah.
And it's a Gadecki, but it's Ducky. So what is the E doing there? Why is it just like a?
I'm not
like,
familiar.
What are we doing?
I'm not familiar. He grew up in Wisconsin, apparently. That's all I know about it. He went to Central Michigan, drafted as a guard, ended up playing tackle. And I agree with Ryan here. Whatever he's called, he needs to block better.
That was Nolan Smith kind of ate his lunch there.
Yes, he did.
What do you think of these, Rob? What do you think of these markets the next week?
So I just saw like some early numbers. I was never buying the original. Like people were talking that I don't know what thread I was in yesterday, but it felt like I was on another planet when people were talking about like Ravens -13 at home to the Texans. I don't know what that was. Can't remember what it was. I would like to never remember that.
Associate with that with
yeah.
that humanity again.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised at where that number is. I kind of just said all week I thought it would be like short of 10 and +7, above 7. I do think that there's a decent chance the Ravens catch money because of like the spot for Houston, right? But I don't know. Tough game overall, I would say. But it's like we're getting to the point now in the season where unless like something drastic happens, we all kind of know what the margins should be for these teams going forwards, right? Like everyone knows the Bills kind of got to be in the 2.5 range against the Chiefs. That's just like the number in the game. I will say though, a lot happened to the Bills today.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so somebody, because I messaged a few people and I was like, and I was like, this is going to be a week where every talking head likes Chiefs +3 in the betting media and every sharp likes Bills, right? Every sharp likes -3 or whatever. And that's why, that's why, remember when G-Stack on your show was like, why aren't the Packers favored? I'm like, well, no one's actually betting it yet, right? Whenever the whole betting media likes a side, including purported sharps, it's because sharps with real money are actually betting the Bills, right? And then my friend messaged me, he's like, hey, the Bills actually opened 2.5. I'm like, yeah, their whole cluster injuries on their
everyone, yeah,
today had real tangible impacts on them.
And you add in the rest situation for KC.
Yeah.
I know they're going out on the road here, and Mahomes hasn't played a road playoff game, but
he's better on the road in his career than home.
Like, was this a late hit on Hurts? Like, it wasn't helmet to helmet because this took away like a pretty big penalty on the Eagles, which was a hold. It was helmet.
This is not football.
Yeah.
That's not football. Like, well, that call right there is not football.
That was a pretty violent hit to the head, though.
It got him in the head. He got him in the head. But it's okay. The Eagles are just going to go back.
Hat, Jay.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Eric.
We established today that Jason does not root for an NFL team.
I do not.
He was a Patriots fan and he gave it up when he was 16 years old.
I was a Patriots fan because I share the same birthday as Tom Brady. August 3rd, we're Leo brothers. It's like something, when you're a kid, you need something to like get you attached to the team.
I'm the Price is Right fan because they share the same birthday as Bob Barker. Do you see the sense that makes, Jason? I'm just trying to point out. This is true, by the way. I share the same birthday as Bob Barker. It did not make me a Price is Right fan. You need to enjoy it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. But
Well.
yeah. Go
I
ahead.
don't know that we can have you on screen.
Am I canceled?
I mean, does the chat cancel you? What's the poll say?
It's not closed yet. So,
but right now you are canceled.
yes.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. Just to contextualize some things that happened for Eric. First of all, I just wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you were watching the stream earlier, Eric.
I did see. Yeah, I was tagged in it. Yeah.
George is
What a Photoshop, man. I love this guy.
One is good.
Yeah, this guy makes the best photo. I think this is a guy that does the thumbnails for Mayo's videos. They're absurdly good, man. Absurdly good.
He had the one as me as the Chargers head coach with Jeff as my OC or whatever.
So good. Amazing. But what happened was this one right here. It's so good.
I still got about 20 pounds to go there before I get there.
Ryan Clark is on the panel with Scott Van Pelt.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a shirt underneath his blazer.
That's the same color as his skin. So it looks like it's awkward for sure. I was going to remark about that when I came on.
Jason already did. And we determined that he crossed the line. At least the chat has determined he's crossed the line. So
which line, like racism or sexism or like
it would be the racism line. It would be the racism line.
Got it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I agree. I'm all about second chances, and I don't think he meant anything by it. He could be a closet racist.
Ryan Clark either needs to have a handler to run it through one time, right? Or needs to have the self-awareness. I mean, you're on TV, buddy.
I didn't get a good enough look at that penalty to know if it was a real DPI or not.
It looked kind of like a bailout play, to be honest with you. Kind of
like he's got a hand on Goddard. I don't know, man. I don't like that. I'm going to be on. I have a bet on the Bucks. Call me a homer. I don't like that.
Do you know like who's the market resistance on the Eagles? Like I haven't talked to anybody who likes Philly this week.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I've been wondering that for a long time now. For a long time. Who's betting the Eagles? I don't know. I can't tell you. Especially with the injuries. Like it's one thing, okay, I see you can make an argument like the Bucks aren't very good, but like with AJ Brown out, injuries in the secondary, I actually haven't noticed who's been playing the other safety spot today. Because I don't know who's there for them. Blankenship's out, Sidney Brown's out, Justin Evans is on IR.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'd have to look.
Kevin Byard and somebody. I have no clue. It's like a Patrick Peterson situation. You got to put a corner at safety.
Yeah. Every time I see Logan Hall, I remember how much money I won with the NFL draft where he was the 32nd pick. You remember that?
I do remember that. Avonte Maddox is playing safety, apparently. Wow. In regards to Jason's no second chance, Nash Juice says no second chance for progress.
I gotta jump in here. Hitman has been on the show every goddamn week. The second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th,
Hitman got his bet this week though, right? Or no?
No. He had CJ Stroud under pass yards. He went over in the first half.
It's actually impressive, like what he's doing. Honestly, it's now entered the impressive zone of like how.
Honestly, we've honestly fucked up as a network for not promoting this streak more. This should be known to the people are in Book It Trent's DMs every day when he makes a pick, like threatening his life.
Clay Travis has me. You see Clay's tweet yesterday. He's like, the Texans are going to be good for a long time. And like I quote tweeted him, I'm like, Packers fans are stumbling over themselves to take away Clay's phone during the Packer Cowboy game. I'm like you have like known mushes, and we got Hitman here is like 1-14. You know, like we can't even capitalize on it.
Hitman, I will say this: like in the content biz, forget about the betting biz for a second. In the content biz, being where Eric is right now, around the 500 mark, is way worse for us than being where Hitman is at like 2 in a million.
Yeah.
Because people either want to find someone to tail or to fade. Generally speaking, And right now, Eric, you're in the middle. They don't know what to do with you on a weekly basis.
I think I'm better than break even after this week, though.
I think you are. You've been on a run. You've actually been super hot lately with a lot of these. So you're on a run. Suma got the Packers.
That was a good bet.
And I'm on the Bucks here as my best bet for this week.
Yeah, that was made too much sense.
Can't confirm. Last week you were in the money, Eric, and now you're even more with that win. So
Jason's just trying to get all the screen time he can get now to get in everyone's
my
good
last
graces.
ride. It's the last dance, right?
Yeah.
Rob so Cowboys yesterday, right? I mean, I'm of the belief now that if you are even thinking about firing your head coach, you should do it. There's been like really rare cases like Coughlin in New York, Harbaugh in Ravens, right? Like rarely when you give a second chance to a coach, does it ever work?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Here's where I'm at in life, Eric. Jason, full screen me for 1 second, just for a quick second. Throw me in the one view. You'll notice that I've removed this Cowboys logo here. This doesn't mean that I'm no longer a Cowboys fan. We can go back to the double screen here. But it means that I'm this guy, basically. I'm just resigned at this point, Eric, to like whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And I need to have that mentality to keep my own personal sanity. If I think about these things and formulate an opinion and they don't do what's in line with what I think they should do, it's just going to rattle me even more. And I can't live like that.
There was, I grew up, obviously my parents are still Vikings fans. And I just liked the Chiefs more, as I grew older. And so they were like my favorite team, but I always kind of rooted for them. But there were 5 or 6 moves where I was just like, why do I no, I'm just not doing it anymore. You're an adult. You don't have to do this. Right. And it's the same thing. It's like the other side with Detroit. They're like, are you a Lions fan? I'm like, I mean, no, but I want this team to do well because they do a lot of the stuff I think is smart, and I want to root for that to succeed.
I think it's okay to adopt secondary teams. Some people are always like, oh, you can't root for this team and this and that. And it's like, no, you can root for whatever the fuck you want to root for. There's no limitation on it. For me, when I'm betting, if I constantly bet on one team over the course of a year, they just end up being a team that I root for. And I have a soft spot for going forward.
Yeah.
So
my colleague at Sumer, or who is my colleague at PFF2, Ben Brown, we were on the New York Liberty for so long. He bought me a Honshu New York Liberty jersey. So I like that, right? You sort of, and you guys talk about this in Circles Offer. You buy little mementos when you're on a team for a whole year, and they end up being very profitable. So it's like that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still very interested in the fact that Tampa is still throwing the ball. This is, we haven't seen this a lot this year. So, I was kind of wrong with my assessment of the second half here. I'm right, but not for the right reason. Where I kind of said I like the under because Tampa will look to kill clock, and they tend to do that, but they're not right now. They're not. Yeah.
Yeah. If Ryan Suckup was still their kicker, I would still, I think under would be a good play because he can't kick it that far. But this McLaughlin guy can kick it. So, which means they might lay up for more field goals, which might actually help under too. Who knows?
True. Bulls has got, so this is we're going into 3rd and 1 here from the 36. They did kick a 53-yarder earlier, but they have gotten more progressive with going on these 4th and 1s this year.
Yeah, he's gotten more woke on those for sure.
Yeah.
And he did the go for 2 down 8, I think in this game, actually. No, a different game that we were watching. The Buffalo game.
The Buffalo game. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not as clueless as he was before, for sure.
Tomlin didn't do the Baker's as clueless as I had imagined, though. Dude, you got to not do one thing. One thing you don't do.
He was good at sack avoidance was good in the first half of the year too. And you can't.
First thing you if you look at the blitz rates, when a team is in this situation on the field in like borderline field goal range, they are absurdly off the chart. And I don't know how teams just continuously take sacks in those situations.
Yeah. I just don't get how you just don't run quick hitting plays. To your point about the blitz, right? Like you can catch these guys and get, I don't know. The Lions were also incredibly frustrating. And so is Bo Nix, by the way. Bo Nix is under 10% sack avoidance as well. The Lions, like yesterday's game, like lost in the fact that it was the best game of the weekend. There were only 9 points in the second half, and there was incredibly frustrating offense in the second half by both teams.
Can I jump in? What was the more like head scratching, like not head scratching, but like head, like what the hell is he doing? Sean McVay decision. What was the worst decision? Was it the end of the second half, or sorry, second quarter, where he just ran the clock out with 59 seconds, or was it that punt on fourth down on
the second quarter didn't piss me off as much because it was at least consistent. You didn't call a timeout because you were literally trying to run the half out, right? Before the Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got lucky, right? Like you didn't call timeout because you didn't trust your defense. You wanted to entice the Lions to basically sit on the ball. And so you like, I actually get that. So I'm not going to speak out of both sides of my mouth with him there. It still sucks. I would have been aggressive and called timeout and actually try to be aggressive there. Frankly, I would have onside kicked after my second touchdown there just to kind of force the issue because I was moving the ball well. But that one was a distant last. It's still annoying, but it's a distant last. The biggest one was the biggest one was kicking the field goal to go down. And I know what the Ben Baldwin bot said, but your field goal kicker sucks ass. So that your base rate is lower than the Ben Baldwin bot. And Detroit's running game and like overall offensive efficiency and your defense being full of seventh rounders and Aaron Donald, you're going to have fewer possessions. Like kicking a field goal to go from 4-1, and it helped obviously everyone's bets. But like that was to me number one dumb decision.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Fair. I hated the end of the first half. Hated it. Yeah, because he never gave any consideration to trying to score points with 3 timeouts with an offense that's a lot better than the opposing defense. And after the half, coming out of the break, or maybe going into the locker room, the sideline reporter asked McVay about Stafford and how he's playing. And he harped on the fact that he was able to get them into the half there by picking up that first down. Like he was only worried about getting a first down to get into the half with that offense. And that's scary to me as like for in-game coaching.
Yeah. Now, there was that Pinnacle beat and Seth Byrne argument today about whether or not McVay's a good coach, but like actually, like if a guy is as bad as McVay is on in-game stuff and as good as McVay is on the other stuff, which is actually like evidently more than just the scheming and play calling, he's very clearly a good developmental coach too, right?
Yeah.
How much so let's say McVay's a 10 on everything else for argument's sake. What is he if you factor in in-game play calling?
Yeah.
In-game decision making. I'm sorry.
He's a 10, but he's bad at in-game decision making. I don't know if you guys have seen this meme on the internet. No? All right.
I have not. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I know what that is, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was bad. Okay.
The thing for me is that like it's so frustrating as a fan or like someone who bets on that team to cheer for that during the game. And like as a GM of the team, I mean, this is never going to happen, but it should happen in the sense that at some point make someone else responsible. Oh, Hurts is taking a safety. Yes, that's going to be a safety. Threw it to nobody.
They're at the 14. How do you manage that?
Dude, there's no that. What's he saying? There's no. That's gotta be intentional grounding. That's 100%.
Well, he's out of the pocket though.
But he's got to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Not out of the line. Yeah, there's no one there.
There's no one there, and there's no.
He
And he's
might
got to
be
get
down. His knee might have hit too, right?
officially a safety. They
Yep.
called intentional grounding anyways. So, woo, big
Oh,
play.
now you got the 9-point. You got a 9-point lead here.
Yeah,
insane how this Bucs team might win a playoff game, but last year's like very much ass, but with Tom Brady.
Yeah. They ran into the Cowboys last year, though.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy buzzsaw.
Fucking well-oiled machine. Yeah, what I was getting at was like, it would be really interesting to me if teams had head coaches that did all the week like game plan prep, but they actually had an in-game decision maker on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine somebody telling McVay into his ear, like, we're going to go for this no matter what. And the situation that we're in, you have 2 plays to run.
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot do. Like, I just think the hubris gets in the way. And I don't think that person has any real power.
Right.
But, I mean, yeah, like I've thought about this a lot for a lot of different reasons over the past few months. And like, I mean, we've said it all on this stream a lot. I just, how do these guys, like, do they just not watch football? Do they not see it?
Yeah, I don't have the explanation. I'm actually dumbfounded by it, because like everyone else in the org must see this stuff. Like it can't be, it's got to be dawning on everyone else. I don't really get it.
It's sort of strange though, because like I'll even go back to like my alma mater, and like I'm friends with the coach he wasn't the coach when I was there, and I'll look at the play-by-play and I'll message him like a picture. I'm like, hey, you won your team a game here with this decision. He's like, oh no, like the players, he was like, I'm like, dude, like take the compliment. You know what I mean? Like this is, you obviously like added, to your win. And like, I literally think it's just, they don't realize how big the freaking edge is. Like you're winning, like it's a full game a year. If you're not a huge full game and a half, I think we've estimated if you go from like complete donkey to like best in the league.
Yeah.
Which shit, like if you can, I mean, that's worth quite a bit. I mean, that's worth, I believe, on the order of like $50 million.
Ooh, that was a dicey snap right there. Dicey snap. Could have been a major problem there for Robert Hainsey.
What did you think of Kansas City's Saturday? Did you take it away from it? The defense pretty healthy, pretty stout, or was it Tua? G-Stack.
I think it's got to be a combo of both. Honestly, I don't like to attribute it to one or the other. I think KC's defense is really good, and they have a very good defensive coordinator who switches up coverages a lot. Come on. Trey Palmer, baby. We hit both of them. Let's go.
There he is.
Unreal night tonight on the props end. Unreal.
Dude, the Eagles are so horrendous defensively.
Oh.
What in God's name was that tackle?
We hit David Moore and Trey Palmer anytime touchdowns in this game.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I think this was a 5-figure win for me on just these 2 touchdown scores.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Roughly. Unbelievable.
Let's get some likes in the chat here for that, guys. Come on.
Smash that like button down below. Tell your friends out there, if you have friends. If you don't, whatever, it's okay. Just hang out with us. That's fine. But if you have friends, tell your friends. That may be the last bet we hit tonight, though, because Hitman comes on in the 4th quarter, and that's the official push train at that point. He's
hit the no as well.
He's actually backstage right now. He's dying to say something, but I'm not even going to bring him in yet. I'm just going to wait. I'll bring him in. Bring on Hitman.
Bring Kanish.
Bring Hitman on.
Oh, Hitman.
What's
up?
The
shirt?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Mankind. Nick McFoley there. It's very good.
It's Cactus Jack.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to going through the cycle. I was talking wrestling in the first quarter a little bit. I was comparing G-Stack to a bunch of different wrestlers. He gives me a lot of Bam Bam Bigelow vibes.
Well, maybe that's where now. Maybe we finally established where his income comes from.
I don't think we ever will. No, we were talking about who at the Hammer could cut the best promo. And I said that you, Hitman, were a very sneaky good pick because of your, the amount of wrestling that you've watched over
Yeah,
time.
I'd be the easy number 2. I don't think it's even debatable that I'd be easy number 2.
To Kanish, I assume.
Yeah.
Kanish does cut a damn good promo. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like to give him credit for much.
Dude, I used to do it like when I was like a kid, like 12 years old. You know how it is. Like you go in the mirror and you pretend that you're these guys doing that stuff.
I didn't do that.
So,
Kanish would be like a great 1980s tout.
If Kanish was born 15 years earlier, he would be Stu Feiner. Like he would literally be on Barstool right now in the role of Stu Feiner.
I'm ready to go on a good rant, to be honest, because this is probably the most pissed off that I've been arguably the entire season during this game.
Before you go on the rant, Craig just gave us a donation of $6.99 for the TD picks. I like to shout out people who give the donations here on Forward Progress. Some people, Hitman, do give out winning picks on this brand, on this channel.
It's bothering me at this point. It really is.
Listen.
You just can't. I got to do a study of myself in the off season, and just say, you know what? You can't make everyone in the world happy. Stop trying to be perfect.
Right.
You're gonna every week. I win on one specific skin. I lose on another. I win on a specific legal, lose on another. Like you win with all the legals, win on your paperheads, but you go 2-15 on best bets on a show. You win on sides on your service, but you lose the week on props. Like I could have 10 things go my way in a week, and one goes against me, and I go to bed pissed off about it.
I mean, you're a human, man. We're conditioned as humans to nitpick on little things like that. It happens all the time, man. Happens. I could have an amazing.
Yeah.
I have an amazing NFL week, but I go 1-2 on the pizza buffet in the morning, and I'm rattled to my core.
Yeah.
I don't even want to do the show at night anymore.
And it's easy when you're 2-15 on a show. So
the run that Vegas can't stop talking about. Back in the day, Philly Godfather used to tweet that. That's all I think about now with this run. Oh, that's a big run for Swift. I'll get synced with you in the fourth quarter as we root through whatever you're cheering for. What are your sweats right now?
I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to be broke after this game. Here, I'll show you. I'm going to add more. I brought it out. This is because obviously it's like getting close to tax season. It's not tax season, but you're starting to get win-loss statements from play, like whatever. You're just getting a jump on it. This is a nice stack. This is what betting looks like, folks. It's not all the wins. We got a nice, thick freaking stack right here of 2023. And these aren't the GRP $1,000 tickets. A lot of them are a lot more than that.
Hitman, hear me out here, man. You put those stacks in a black briefcase. You dress with a white short sleeve shirt with red suspenders and a floral tie. And you, sir, are Erwin R. Shyster, IRS. You look more like him than I do. I wanted to go as IRS for Halloween, but you actually you're bigger than me, first of all, in terms of like build.
Dude, I don't even know who the hell that is.
You don't remember IRS? You don't remember this guy?
No.
He was like a iconic wrestler in the early 90s.
That surprises me that I don't know that. No.
Yeah, him and Ted DiBiase, they're tag team champs.
Oh, wow. You got me at one.
Meister. Oh, man. Wow. Legendary.
Yeah,
Eric?
I'm a little disappointed.
you guys might have to take home the last quarter in the career of Nick Sirianni as a head coach in the NFL.
No way he gets fired, right, Eric?
I'm not sure, guys.
That's crazy.
As a Cowboys fan, I want him to stick around. So that means they should fire him. Right? It's like the reverse psychology of like when you're on the
decision stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, your management. So if you pick Matt Patricia to run your defense, that's on you. That's not on Matt Patricia.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Patricia's who he is.
Yeah. IRS never won a best bet either.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go on a rant. The amount of money that I've lost on Eagles Monday night football games, just Eagles Monday night games with Joe Buck, Troy, the amount of money I've lost in this situation this year should be illegal.
Well, just know it's going into somebody else's pocket, Hitman, and they'll do with it as they please. It's just the way the world works. Money in, money out. It's just a constant cycle. Constant cycle. Eric?
That makes me feel better.
Take care, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Have a good
Have
one.
a good one. I'll sync with you once the game starts in this fourth quarter here, and then we'll get the entire chat synced up as well. I cannot believe both of those darts hit. I'm like regretting not playing the first touchdown score. I won't sleep tonight because of that. Oh my God.
Trey Palmer also in contention for last touchdown. I don't know if anyone played that, but would have been.
It could happen. It's a full quarter though. Still a full.
That's true.
David Moore first touchdown was 70-1.
That's disgusting.
like that's yeah.
So that's on me for not poking around there. I'm managing. I'm clicking around on the bet stamp. I could have easily just clicked that
It's
first.
funny.
TV
That's
button.
just it's a market. Like a lot of times, I end up not even clicking it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah. Most of the time, it's almost not worth it. Even tonight, there was like these were literally like razor thin margins to bet. But what are you gonna do? Okay. I'm gonna pause right at the snap, and you tell me when you've seen the snap.
Now.
Okay. So we should be pretty synced up now.
Yeah. I mean, so this drives me nuts. I've talked to you, Rob. Like I got what I think is some decent Philadelphia connections or whatever. Sometimes I get info on Philadelphia stuff. And if you remember that Monday night game against Kansas City, I said to you, I was like, Julio Jones, I heard, is going to play a lot more today. And I ended up betting a bunch of his stuff, got a way larger snap share. And in the pregame, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, they mentioned it. They're like, yeah, Julio Jones or whatever. So like, a lot of times you'll hear something from one person and you're not 100%, you're not 100% on it, but you hear it again from like a separate source, and you're like, all right, well, now it's starting to probably has legs then. And that was right. So I heard that Philly was going to get like really committed going back to running the ball in this game. It made a lot of sense. Hurts had the finger stuff and all that. AJ Brown out. And Buck and Aikman on the pregame said it also. They were like, they're like in meeting with the Eagles, like they really want to get back. And I don't know if you're watching the feed. I don't know if you can hear it, but they've mentioned it like throughout the entire first half. They kept mentioning it. And what did Sirianni do? What did they throw the ball? Like 18 times to 3 freaking runs? And how much did I lose on the freaking Seattle-Philly Monday night game when everyone's telling me how sick Jalen Hurts was? And he throws the ball like shit, but runs it like he's freaking, like he's Michael Vick that game. I'm so pissed off.
I get it, but like they went down 10-0. It was 10-0. Did this guy change his shirt? Did Jason change his shirt midstream?
No, I've been rocking the Vic jersey.
The whole time?
I did that once for the content, but I just wanted to show the Vic jersey.
Trying to endear yourself to the black audience after your comment about Ryan Clark, I see.
No comment.
Well, it is what it is. Yeah, they got down 10-0 so quickly, Hitman, that it just seemed like they might have just thrown that game plan out the window at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it made a difference, to be honest. It's apparent that Bowles is just going to blitz the absolute shit out of him, and they just have no answer to it other than just drop back and throw either a screen or chuck a deep ball. Like, I don't know. And then I heard that Hurts running was kind of correlated to that game plan. And I mean, Hurts, like, only when I bet against them in that Seattle game running.
Right.
So I'm pissed off. And the crazy thing is like, I'm going to have coming today, I was having an amazingly good week. And I'll probably still win. So you should be happy you won. No, I'm freaking furious.
It's all right, man. Swallow
Can't golf
misery
the whole week. It's snowing outside. The temperature finally caught up to me.
Can you golf year round? Can you actually golf year round in your climate? Like, do the courses close?
No course closes. Like, very few close.
Yeah, it's very unusual. I thought, well, it's not unusual. I just didn't know. I thought
it's typically around like 40 degrees or something.
Yeah.
Hey man, you're a hop, skip, and a jump away from us here in old Candanda in Canada. Are you going to come up and play golf this summer with us, or?
I'm not going to Canada. You guys can meet. Oh, listen, I'll be in Vegas the week after the Super Bowl. I know everybody needs a break. Come out to Vegas with me.
I'm going to Jamaica the week after the Super Bowl.
Canada's got nice weather, man. Like in the summer, it's good. It's good here. We got
you would love it here, man.
We got great courses.
Yeah.
You know what? If you ask my wife, she won't look for any excuse in the world to travel. So just maybe
we'll get Feinberg
the word out to her.
We'll get Feinberg to take us out on Oakdale. They played the Canadian Open there last year. It's a beautiful, beautiful course.
Oh man, you're tempting me.
Yeah, we'll get out there. We can go out. We can go out east, play Cabot. There's lots of things we could do.
The Hammer Invitational.
Yeah, whatever. We'll get out for a good time. I was talking yesterday or 2 days ago, Saturday night, with Drew Dinsick and Barry Horse and Chernoff about going out to Cali in the spring to play a little bit, which I'd be down to do as well.
I got a lot of travel planned this spring and summer, but what's another one? I know my wife wants to go to Napa, and maybe I'll coordinate it. I'm going back to Vegas in like June or July to sign up for all the contests. And
yeah,
I might.
That's right. You don't do Bet Bash because you're too cool for it. I forgot about that.
I did it the first 2 years, but Spanky wants to have it during the freaking week 1 of the NFL preseason. So I don't know. That's preseason, man. That'll be what drives me up a wall. Is like every preseason, like I've crushed it. Every single preseason I've bet it, but it's such a short it's 3 weeks. So eventually I'm going to have that year, where variance is going to get me and I'm going to lose. That's going to be what drives me up a wall. So when I have preseason.
This was a huge play right here. They went offside on the field goal attempt, and now the Eagles are going for it.
Yeah, have to go for it.
Which was the field goal attempt was very dumb in the first place anyways.
Yeah, I'm sweating Goddard overs. They have no chance. Hurts rushing, no chance.
He will go at Devontae Smith right here, I think.
Yeah, it's Goddard
over the middle
Smith on that side. It's Smith.
Yeah, all right. All right, boys. What's extremely important for me as well, Hitman, is if the Bucks cover this game, that will mean that myself, Eager, and Suma all hit our best bets this week on the show, which makes for even better content this upcoming Thursday. I can already see you shaking.
I can't even. It pisses me off so much. I can't even put it into words. I don't know what gets me more mad. Is the Eagles thing tonight or that?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. We got one more image that we might have to get up on screen here. This one is really good. This one is scary good. Jason will have it in the chat in 1 second. This is you, Hitman, as Erwin Arscheist.
He's way more hair. He's way more muscular.
Come on, don't do yourself like that.
Yeah,
I think you guys look similar.
Yeah. He is more muscular and he has more hair, but you still look like him. There's no denying that. You fit right in. I can't even tell the difference between the real IRS.
I don't see it. One of my students when I was teaching called me Ryan Anderson, the 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I remember Ryan
NBA.
Anderson. Was he at the Orlando Magic, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
A little bit. Similar.
I see it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not right on. I guess like the facial hair, I don't know. I'll call that a 4 out of 10 dead ringer right there.
Somehow I managed to, again, like it's amazing. Like I have my service with props and sides and totals, which I don't even know if I'm doing props again because it's just the lines get destroyed so quick. It's just a lot tougher. And props not going nearly as well as I hope. Again, winning sides and totals. It's like I'm been so happy with my sides and totals. And what do I do this week? I don't give one on forward on the show.
Yeah,
I say let's go over prop. Buffalo and the Rams. Well, Rams I didn't like at 3. I liked it at 3.5. And then Buffalo. I mean, if I wish I knew the game was freaking getting moved, and there would be good weather for when we did it on Thursday.
Yeah, you had them both in the lean sheet, but
did I?
Yeah, you had lean Buffalo, but weather dependent Rams, but need 3.5 minus 120. You had
so it doesn't even. Yeah, I don't even know if I should get credit then.
I think. I think if the Bucks hold on here, there will not have been a single lean that lost on the show this week. If the Bucks, there will have been one losing pick on the entire show.
And it will have been like 10.
And it would have been CJ Stroud under of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 selections. Next year we're going to pump the lean record more. Maybe we'll get away from the best, although it is very good for content. That's the problem. Like, I don't want to have to do the best bets, like a single best bet that you have to ride and stress the whole week on, but it's actually very good for content.
All right, hammer content meeting right now. Should we do 1, 2, 3, gold, silver, bronze, like best bet, like, you know what I mean? Like, we'll do leans and then give out 3 and rank them.
Don't change shit because I sucked for on the one. Don't change it. And then I know next year it'll probably turn to where I'll have a shit year on my own sides and totals, and I'll go on the show and I'll go 11-6 or something. That's just how it works.
No, but it's important, like, just as a general show overall, right? I think we do a good job of coverage because we pick games that we have opinions on. We don't do every game because, like, what's the point? That a lot of these games we could talk in circles for 15 minutes. It's not going to do anyone any good. So what's the point? We cover the games that we have opinions on, and then we do our favorite bet of the bunch. I guess we could do our favorite 3. We could do, something.
Cade Otten. Oh my God.
Yep.
How many I bet Baker over at half. How many pass yards does he have?
287.
Oh shit. I want to bet.
There you go.
Oh,
yep.
I'll tell you the live props this year. I said it, I think, last time I was on, but like I do a live show with props. I swear to God, they don't have the record. They're not even like keeping a record, I think, where I can look it back. I'm not going back. But what am I 2-4 14 on forward
2
progress.
and 15 now. 2 and
2 and
15 now, if we count
I,
this week.
I swear to God, I think I'm like 15 and 2 on this show. I swear to God. Like everyone that tunes into it, it's a live betting show. Listen, I'll pay somebody $50 Venmo. If you go on my Twitter or go on the live betting show feed, you can listen to the replays from every show that I did. Listen to every replay and tell me what my record was this year.
Yes.
I swear it's got to be like 15 and 2.
I'll do it if you come play golf with us up here in Canada.
I can't promise that.
Jason is trying to also endear himself to the crowd after.
Our guy, Keith, Jason, he got a holding penalty here.
Come on. That's our guy. That is the greatest picture. Let me see if I can pull that up. That is do you care if I pull that up? Is that okay?
Yeah, you could show it.
Okay. That's
Don't post it on Twitter, but you could post it here.
No, I'm not gonna show it here then. Because someone's just gonna now that you say that, someone's just gonna instantly
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Consent is important to me, so I don't want you
when I was talking to them, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not gonna post anything because I was like, I don't want you guys to be associated with a gambler, but they don't get whatever.
Yeah.
It should be fine.
Because they know what they knew what I did. The Bucks players I was hanging out with during the off season.
Oh, I have to find.
That was a good one. Day I'll tell the whole story of that. But they Tristan Wirfs and Co Keefe were invited to my wedding last minute.
It's a great story. Yeah, they were invited to my wedding last minute.
They ended up they had to bail last minute, but they came to the after party.
Well, it is an amazing picture. It is a really good picture.
The context to that photo is Koki he sent that to he sent that to my wife's girlfriend, and because he was trying to bang her. And he sent it and she left early or whatever, and he sent that to her. I was like, come back.
Hilarious. This is my most famous picture here. I'm not sure if you'll recognize my buddy here.
I don't.
I wonder if anyone in this of our following, how many people actually know who this is? Jason, do you know who this is?
I think I know who it is. Is his name start with an S? I don't want to spoil it for the chat. If you okay, I know who it is. Does he happen to be dating Camila Cabello?
I couldn't tell you that. Yeah, we got one. So
yeah, there you go.
Son's got it.
I have a good one here. Let me just pull it up. You got to give me like 2 minutes here to get it on my computer, but I have a good one here. I'm gonna show you guys in a sec.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was just at a nightclub one night, and someone's like, that's Shawn Mendes over there or whatever in this private area, and I found a way to finagle myself into the private area. I don't remember how I did. Very weird night that was. Very weird night. And I was on another planet there. I was on another planet that night. Fuck, that was a night, though. What a night that was. What a night that was. Baker's still throwing. This is weird, man. It's so weird to watch the Bucs offense throw the ball heavily right now.
Dave Canales has done a good job this year. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if he got the Panthers job, because it's not going to be wanted by a lot of the top people and everything. And they're definitely going to go with an offensive play caller like that. They're 100%.
This game is forcing me to reconsider my opinion of Bucs Lions as well.
What do we make that? I'd probably say 4.5, 5.
I would almost certainly bet the Lions at that price, I think.
I mean, you think 6? Because I know that was one of the spots that had.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was a little short. Yeah. Just
I don't-
thinking top of my head, maybe 5.5. The only opener that I bet was Kansas City +3.
Yeah.
I'm sure by Thursday it'll be 2.5. I'll probably go with some shitty prop and get annihilated.
That would be funny though. All in the name of content. The people actually won't cheer for you to lose now though, because they're fading you. They don't understand that here's the thing. It's hilarious because they don't understand that they're actually fading a really good bettor. Like the amount of people that just tune in and have no idea who you are, because like 80% of our audience comes from organic YouTube. They just think they're fading like some dumb jabroni that's going on. And like,
I mean, like it bothers me like that there is like, because gambling Twitter is so stupid, like some of the people in gambling Twitter are so stupid that, like some people like actually think that they're like, oh my God, like this guy, like he can't even be winning. He must just be getting money off his tout service, and that's keeping him above break even or whatever. But, like there's people that know, like, I think that we have a guy there's a guy that you had on Circles Off before that helps me get down on stuff. And if you said to him, how has Hitman done with you in the years that you've known him, like on filling positions for him? Like, it's a joke how much we win at a ridiculous rate. You probably know who I'm talking about.
yeah,
He helps get a lot of sharps down.
it might rhyme with Flipper.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. But again, I mean, when you're doing stuff on so many different platforms, you have 25 people getting you accounts or whatever. You have a service on sides. You have a service on props. You have a show on one network, your show on another network, a show on this network. Like you're not going to go 28-0 with everybody every single week, So
This looks like
maybe there's a future in betting psychology, sports psychology. Maybe we'll get a betting psychologist.
That would be, didn't Preston like major in psychology or something like that? I hope Preston's doing well. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, I don't know him that well. I know Kanish was friends with him.
He's like 100 followers ahead of me on Twitter. Hey, people, if you don't follow me on Twitter yet, at Rob Pizzola, just go follow me now. It's just so I can pass Preston. It's very petty. It's a very petty thing to ask for. But now that we're ahead of Hit the Books in subs, might as well pass Preston.
Oh, I was so happy. Speaking of Hit the Books, Kanish, I mean, everything that he said to me was just complete garbage all week. He was sending me all these sides and totals he liked and everything. Just complete. I bet the Rams 3.5 -110. He says it's the biggest sucker bet of the year.
I think Kanish is actually a huge fade, major fade. He's the fake sharp. You're not the fake sharp.
He's another guy that, like, if Kanish has to like originate something or give it out, like his stuff's not that great in my opinion or whatever, but he wins a shitload of money betting,
Yeah. He's found his niche.
Like I've worked with Kanish. Everything Kanish has sent me, like there's some people like if they send me something like to help fill them, like I don't even ask like about, oh, why do you like this or anything. I just know it's good, and Kanish is one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
As
Kanish
much
is
as
one of those, he's one of those guys through another guy.
Because so much of the stuff he's getting is just taking advantage of a book or
right.
something like that. So
right. Well, fake sharp Kanish, my guy.
Speaking of taking advantage, Alex Moretta wanted to take advantage of his celebrity interactions that he had when he was younger, and he submitted them to me, and I feel like it was a good time to share with you guys.
Oh God, what are these gonna be?
So the first one is Darren Sharper with a young Moretto, which is crazy.
Wow.
Darren Sharper might be my most despised athlete.
I mean, honestly, if Moretto was a closet Darren Sharper guy, it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me whatsoever. Maybe I'm pushing the boundaries of what I can say about another employee, but not a surprise.
No HR, you're good. And then the next one over was this one's actually pretty cool. Adrian Peterson. That's pretty sick.
I met Adrian also.
You're on first name basis, eh?
I'm staring at his signed jersey framed in my office right now.
So this is a bad injury for Darius Slay. This is getting carted off in the middle of the field with both teams around. So
that's terrible.
That's going to carry over into next.
Hey, let me go on another rant. It's amazing how in week 18, all these idiots on Twitter who don't even bet, who are saying, like, oh, you think that the sports books didn't account for Darius Slayton needing 44 yards to get an incentive? You think the sports books didn't account for Terry McLaurin needing this amount of receiving or whatever? Do you think these sportsbook traders making a fraction of a professional bettor are actually doing their homework on this stuff? Mm-hmm. If they were that sharp with knowing contract incentives on certain guys or whatever, they'd be betting this shit at the stupid books that they're working for. So these books, like there's books that do know stuff, like some of the guys at Circa are really knowledgeable, offshore and everything. But these guys making the odds for sports books in general on their openers know absolutely shit. And the best example I could give is they opened the biggest domestic book in the freaking country, opened Sam Laporta at 48.5 receiving yards. How is that even? And I bet it. They moved. I bet 46.5. They moved. I bet it 44. I just kept freaking betting it until they literally pulled it off the board. And would it close like 26.5 or something like that?
Yeah, it was in the
These places know shit.
Yeah,
like that one's especially egregious. Like I can get not knowing like an incentive or something, but how do you make that one? And do you know what they were taking on a clean account? They were taking almost 5 figures on a clean account, and that's what they put the number at.
I know, crazy stuff. People are going to really sweat the under in this game now. Anyone who had the under, because it's another TD, Chris Godwin in the end.
I know on the show I said lean under.
Did you?
It's not on the sheet though, right?
I don't know. We're going to have to go back to the tape on that one. When Jason reconciles the numbers next week, we're going to have to figure this stuff out. Going to have to figure it out. I told this story before, but I'm going to tell it one more time because I don't actually know if I've ever told it to you. But back in the day, when I had taken over Prediction Machine, after like a couple months of running it, I started to change a bunch of stuff and change the models and whatever that was going on there. And a prop trader for one of the biggest offshore sports books DMs me, and he's like, "Hey, the box scores aren't working for the NFL games on Prediction Machine." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't actually plan to get those up and running again because like no one views those. It's just like a page that takes a lot of time and no one's clicking it." And he's like, "Oh, damn, really disappointing. I used to use that to send out the openers on props."
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like the prop openers have gotten so much sharper than like years past, but there's still a lot of opportunities to be had. But the prop openers are just, but again, like it's gotten to a point that like so many like services give out the props so quickly that like the only response is like the pro bettors just have to get the lines immediately and take the $2,000 and blow the line up before somebody else does.
Right.
So like the openers are still a little soft, but like shit does not last. Like it's literally Like even I was clicking like the Laporta stuff, and they were moving like 2-3 yards off like every click that I was having
Right.
on it.
Yeah, it must have been. I mean, it's competitive. Like it's competitive market nowadays. There's more people that are betting in North America than ever. And
talk about like college basketball, how much harder that's got. I don't even bet much. I bet rarely any college basketball, but I work with some guys that they do a lot of college basketball, and they're like, we've never had years like this before. And I mean, look at Right Angle Sports. Like, obviously they're really smart. And what are they like? Minus like, I don't even know what their college basketball is. But
well, they have. I mean, like credit to them, they at least keep the record up on site.
Yeah.
So anyone could see it. But yeah, I know. I haven't been betting this stuff. It's always been too hard for me to bet college basketball. Not only because of like you could lose and your accounts are still going to get killed betting college basketball. It's not my idea of a good time. I'll say that for them, to put it nicely. Oh man, lots of blowouts this week. Lots of blowouts.
What do we want? Got any early Pizzola lean on any of the games next week? I gave you Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, the Buffalo, the Wednesday injury report for Buffalo is going to be very interesting. Let's put it that way. Very interesting because they lost a lot of players on defense today, and depth play, and like backups as well. It wasn't just like starters at positions. It was everyone.
Oh, nice. Goddard's hurt now. The last hope I had on a guy to get me a backdoor gone.
So I don't know. I think when all is said and done and I run numbers and I count for the rest and bye weeks and whatever, I think my leans will be Houston, KC, Green Bay, Detroit, if I had to guess.
Yeah. At this point, you're just praying for like a 54% bet typically, in the playoffs.
Exactly. I mean, it's not like we're talking razor thin margins here, right?
Yeah.
This is interesting. Rasul Douglas said he was ready to play today, but was held out. That would be big for them, obviously.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, that was on Twitter. So he'll likely be back. I would guess Gabe Davis. I'd probably guess that he's not, but
yeah.
And I mean, you look at Buffalo's personnel on defense, like they've really overachieved. I feel like in the back half of this season. Like, is their personnel like anything amazing to you? Like they've lost so many guys.
Yeah, it's been in and out for the most part. I don't know. Like it's been a weird season in that I just don't like very many teams. Like, I don't know what's like. Buffalo could very easily win the Super Bowl. I don't consider them anywhere near a juggernaut. Same with KC, right? It's like it's very much within the realm of possibility that Buffalo, KC, Detroit, could win the Super Bowl. And like, I don't think those teams are anywhere close to being great teams.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm still not sold on like Baltimore being like head and shoulder. Like obviously they're the best team in the AFC, but I'm not sold on them being head and shoulders better than Buffalo or KC.
Right. Oh my God, Hurts, man. Hurts wants to throw an 8-yard pass, season on the line, out of bounds. Go for it, buddy.
That was fourth down.
That was fourth down. Yeah.
Oh my God. That
was the pass to Devontae Smith. I guess he's trying to get him up. Anyone who laddered Devontae Smith, Hurts is doing you favors tonight.
I was going to ask you, I don't know if you have like RBSDM is down for me right now. I don't know if it's up for anyone else. I'm just curious. It feels like the Bucs it's probably going to be affected now that they're winning for majority of this game. Felt like they're passing a lot more on first and second down. Has that been like a trend recently these past couple of weeks, or is that something that's like kind of new that they're busting out for the playoffs here?
I can go through. I don't know off the top of my head, but
Okay,
it doesn't feel like it's been anything new, especially the final week of the season. I watched a lot of Tampa, Carolina, and they were
Okay.
running the ball pretty heavily on early downs.
I mean, if there's
Okay.
ever a freaking week to do it, it's next week going against one of the biggest pass funnels in the entire league.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
And then one more thing before I sign off here is I wanted to bring up my celebrity interaction, my celebrity one. I feel like I told you about this one before, Rob, but I met Conor McGregor
Oh,
when
my
I was
God.
in grade 12. Yeah. See, the New England had as proof that I was once a New England fan. But yeah, I met Conor McGregor in the Eden Center. It was honestly, this guy's like pretty shit human being now. Before he made all that money, he was actually like a really good dude. And the only reason why I say that is because there was a press conference. He did the press conference. All the fighters left, even the Canadian fighter, Rory McDonald, or is it Rory McDonald? I forget his name now.
Yeah, Roy McDonald is from BC. Yep.
Yeah, the Canadian fighter left. Conor McGregor stayed for an hour and a half after, taking pictures with all the fans that were there. And this was before he fought Aldo. This was before he fought Mendez, before he won the belt. Like, it was a very, very, very cool thing of him to do, to stick around for literally like an hour and just taking pictures with everyone, signing stuff. He's very, very cool guy. So
yeah, I'm a real sucker for athletes that like sign autographs for kids and stuff. Because when I was a kid, I was really big on like my mom used to take me to a convention that we had near us where all these athletes would be, and like you'd have to pay for it and everything. But like I went to a lot of games. I'd always like, that was my thing as a kid, like autograph seeking and everything. So like anytime athletes do that for kids, I'm a sucker for it.
yeah,
My dad took me to Blue Jays spring training in Dunedin, Florida when I was young. And I had a glove, which was a Juan Guzman blue glove, very specific. Juan Guzman had a very standout glove at that time as a pitcher for the Jays. Juan Guzman refused to sign my glove at spring training, Dunedin, on a one-on-one situation.
How old were you?
I was like 4 years old, 5 years old.
that's
I don't
crazy.
know. You know, he might have.
Spring training, it's like that's baked in. Like that's part of the job as a baseball player.
I
like
loved Juan. I was actually, it would have been 92 is when my sister was born. I was 6 years old, either 5 or 6. And Juan Guzman was my favorite player. I always talk about Juan Guzman because his glove, because the glove stood out. And I wanted that glove when I first started playing baseball. My dad got me that glove, and fucking Juan Guzman. This wasn't the glove. It was the blue one. It was a blue one. This was the glove. This was the glove. Fucking Juan Guzman. Hope that guy's fucking rotting somewhere right now. Refused to sign my glove as a kid. Scumbag.
What is it? Third or fourth down?
It's 3rd and 2 at the 2-minute warning. God.
Everyone's sweating. They're not kicking a field goal. Everyone's sweating it. They're not.
I don't think they're going to kick a field goal.
They're not kicking. Philly's not going to call a timeout. They're just
in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out of here and just kneeled. And everyone knows this game is over. And then the Eagles have the courtesy to
I'll lay minus 110 for 10,000. They don't knee. Right now, Rob.
Minus 110 for no, they're not going to knee.
Oh, I thought you just said you wouldn't be surprised if they take a knee on 3rd down.
Yeah, like when I say I wouldn't be surprised, I'm talking like a very small percentage chance, not a minus 110. She's crazy. I'm talking like it's a 50-50. Yeah, minus 110.
I had to get some money back from today. I had to try to pull a fast one.
They are not kneeing. They are indeed running it for a 5-yard
Oh,
line.
you know, now the field goal is a little in play. Now it's a little in play. Probably not, but.
Oh my! It does not look like the offense is leaving the field from what I can tell in the very, very far away view.
How many yards does Chase Edmonds have? I have a live
10 yards.
Oh my God. So I lost on that because he lost, I think.
He lost 4 yards on that play. He went from 14
to me too.
Well, you should lose his number.
So he has 10.
He's got 10 yards. He's in the backfield though for 4th down.
Yards. I need 4 yards, Chase Edmonds. Let's go.
They're going to give it to him. They're going to run the ball.
Anyway, we just lost -4 before that. Come on, Chase. Motherfucker.
Did he
Come on,
get 3 yards?
O'Keefe. Hold your block, O'Keefe. Too many freaking shots in Key West in March.
That's tough. Probably did some jello shots with him too, I would assume, right, Hitman?
No jello shots. I did do jello shots with Tristan Wirfs and his wife, though.
Tony Fernandez also, I believe, had a blue glove.
You know what
Yeah.
Tristan Wirfs said to me? He said to me, we were talking about like betting stuff, like just like he was asking, like, oh, how are we supposed to be this year, whatever. He was like, who's the favorite in our division? It's us, right? And I was like, no, it's the Saints. He was like, why? He was like, why the hell are the Saints the favorite? And I was like, because they signed Derek Carr. And he was like, Derek Carr fucking sucks. That's what he said.
Well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
The look of like, it's so funny. Like these players have no idea. Like, oh, our team's supposed to suck. You know, like
Of course, they don't get
like,
it. They all go
into the favorite, like the puzzled look. Wait, what the fuck? We won the division every single year.
Yep. Kenneth Gainwell's getting the snaps here right now.
Yeah.
He is nowhere close though to the. I think he's got
Kelsey's crying, so he's probably retiring. Would be my guess.
I wouldn't be surprised if his brother does too, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, part of me wants to say, like, was he washed up this year, or did he take a major step back, or was it the injury? I think he's been a lot more injured than he's let on. Yeah, Kelsey's saying
Kelsey's definitely like, you could tell. I mean, I feel bad for Jason Kelsey to go out like this, but
he's got a Super Bowl ring, man. Yeah. He's had a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, he's an incredible player.
Here's what last thing before we go off. Kanish. I bet plus 6.5 at DraftKings. Kanish fading the Lions.
Well,
wow.
That should be your cue right now.
Best bet right now. I'm not coming on Thursday. Record it. Play the recording. Best bet. Going against Kanish. We're going Detroit minus 6.5.
I don't know what my final number will be on that game, but generally speaking, my numbers have not been high on Tampa, with the exception of this game. So unless there's something stylistically in the matchup, I have to look at Tampa's cover 3 rates because Goff will just shred cover 3. I can actually do that pretty quickly right here, right now. Not inclusive of this game, but what is Tampa?
I mean, they're probably a lot of blitz and single high, right?
Tampa, it plays the 10th highest rate of cover 3 in the league.
So I guess that's when they're not blitzing, that's their predominant.
And honestly, I think Mayfield's numbers are the exact same. I think Mayfield also cooks cover 3, and the Lions play a low rate of cover 3. Interesting. I might end up on the Lions. Maybe. We'll see. Good game by Baker, though. Anyways, Hitman. Just listen, man. This week, sleep a little longer, work a little harder. Got to get a winner for Thursday. Got to find a winner for Thursday.
I work so many hours a week. I'm just waiting for, what do we got? 3 weeks left, 4 weeks left.
That's it, man. Then we ride off into the sunset until the draft.
Then I spend all day chasing NBA injury news and all that garbage. I'll probably stop working for a day.
The worst. The worst.
Well, I'm doing that now, but at a lesser extent because I'm more busy with football. But
true. All right, man. Have a good night. Catch you again on Thursday.
Yeah, blew off some steam. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
It's Hitman, everyone. At Hitman428 on Twitter if you want to give him a quick follow. Appreciate everyone who tuned in again tonight. So, schedule for this week, just so that everyone is aware of what's upcoming here on Forward Progress over the course of the week. There is a live show tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's G-Stack George with Suma, Cleve TA, Sharp Clark. They're going to give their early breakdowns of all 4 upcoming games this week. So catch that 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Thursday, forward progress best bets. Me, Suma, Eager, Hitman. Full breakdown of all the games, our favorite bets on the board. Friday, prop show. Producer Jason Sins, Matthew Friedman, John Legeza, Jack Miller. Saturday morning, pizza buffet, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and then watch-alongs for the late games. Saturday night, Sunday, late afternoon. That's the sched this week. Lots of content coming out throughout the playoffs. Smash a like on the way out the door. Make sure you're subbed here on Forward Progress. If you're in Canada, 100% check out Pinnacle Sportsbook. Use code HAMMER to sign up. I highly recommend books with low margins, low vig. Makes it a lot easier in the long run for the better. So check out Pinnacle Sportsbook. For my guest tonight, G-Stack George, Eric Eager, Hitman, my producer behind the scenes and on camera sometimes, who got canceled tonight, Jason Cooper, and myself, Rob Pizzola. This has been another Forward Progress live watch along right here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. Everyone have a good night. I'll catch everyone else this week. Peace.